Fish FM ewo Buamai Sanso na Jewel FM ewo Duaya Nkwanta. After 2 FM ewo Bichim. Nimdie FM ewo Sunyane. German Radio ewo Drobo. Wiase FM enso ewo Wenchi. Yabeda ye ho na yako ye Atebubu eho na Customer FM wo. Ubetie yenso ewo Community FM Achem Odan. Zama FM ewo Axim na Ebiemo FM enso ewo Jomro. Na obesan so ate yenka ewo Look FM ya ewo Oti region shenon so famame. Wono mo a ewo wiase aman akese so ya meka sei wono masom etu apeten odi wani kire London kane no na ewo hima krum ene ewo hini krum Abawa ewo London, Naspa Radio ewo London, Tumi ewo London, Sources ewo London, Golden Beach ewo London, Sansona WBLS ewo London, Free FM. Yeda ye ho akọ Manchester, ubeti yenka enso ewo ho. Wonoma ewo Milton Keynes, amansan afa edema womo. Dormant Radio ewo Frankfurt ya eno ewo Germany memo. Meka say France nso elder Japanom Radio Living afa ewo ho. Kings Radio GH ewo France. Nkwa FM ubeti enka ewo ho Italy. Sanso so na one me Rotterdam ubeti enka ewo Kaneu FM. Ganata Radio enso so ubeti enka ewo ho na kai na hye no so se nyewe no monko any radio stations across the world womo ekrayi mu womo asom eto apete ama wiase nyina ete yenka make us say online enso onsa ebeka ye Oman 107.1 so okwa onsa ebeka ye ewo online na oba Facebook onso a ye logo no akoko srade kai na hye no nso oboso a obetumi a downloadu e de ato phone so senso o tablet so bia wo wiase bia no eduru ho say ya na what tune in na fi bibia etumi aye kama on Facebook say de medi kan ye no Oman FM onsa ebeka ye YouTube onso Oman FM onsa ebeka ye na internet no so www.oman1071fm ehonso onsa ebeka across the world. Memi din edia amofa boache epono so ayehye na enne eyeda foforo ede na wo Ghana ye ba be di honkomo ye kasa His Excellency the President any organized labor mpanimfo hia ye ede na ekoso ye nyina ye nimnia boboba abato a Nyankopon ye adoma ye beto no 7th of December the dru abato so say ya na akoye se obi adua na bro na bro no boba ye kama awbehwe be wiase no na nkrante bia fachire na wa moho adwa a wani so beto de ko be kono no ne ma wonu matwani nyina gu niema hodo a akoso Ghana hamfie nso kongotwe mu ni no ye nyina ye ne tua nkrante bi nso na mo akire nkakra eka won kono nanka bro ni nyina egu fom. His Excellency the President Nanado Dankwa Akufo-Addo a enche ode na konwa beto no any organized labor for ehyiaye wonu ma di nkomo na enche sankomodie no mu epo wo mu nyina nso ebeba abonten ama ye nyina yetumi atibi na wotwe mu na political parties no and the electoral commission hyiaye asembe na aba yohan yeti se the NDC de atudwa se ade a electoral commission waboni tirimu po wa adwenboni woni tirim electoral commission eyi onye papa e ka no nkona Ghana butu electoral commission aye no ho se omayi yo de wompe no pese wo se Ghana nsanti abato aye koto aye nyina pese mu da ho fan no aye na adwen se obewiem e de ama political party bi ehemfo na e ka asem yi na ye NDC ehon komodie ekoso electoral commission se meka ya de di kan ni obi na pono to ho e ka kire nsentrofo se asema e ba no mitirimu fan mensa ho ye kama besramu amomra na momeya dansefo e ma Ghana fo nyina NTB sabe ya enkonkoba se obi be ka se bibi ahye dem to ne nsa frɛ political parties no CSOs ne wonom nso a omo ka bi ewo mu eba Ghana manyo a omo ka bi ewo mu ema nkomo no kɔ so ebudodo no ada ye nyina yanim nanso ya na ye sɛ ne wote ho na wo hunu bie na wotie bie na wote amanyo ase na waye a deputy general secretary ediama a political party na one more opposition no one kasa nso ora Professor Evans Fifi Atamils ya onyankopon afre no se wo wie na adwuma o magina home ne institute oyo pani a oda no ye to yensa frɛ no hobby na yenso ya to yensa frɛ no fie ha na anwumre se omra ema yeni nkomo ye guest eye ora Koku Anyido ho ya oye former general secretary edema the NDC wono ena oye ye guests yen kan hyemu na yete ye ne se ora John Dramani Mahama se ehia se wo kwa bato a obekɔ se ye mompa ye mfama o ehia se obekɔ nananom ho efi se wokɔ ho se ye mompa ye ma wo am se jama ye musu e wo wiase enti agya wa bekana sem ama Ghana fo nyina se ya mai di enke nyamso mayo nananom mpa ebo eye adwuma osoro tumi kasa fa asofo so kasa enche ye kra na yehu so ono nso wabunkotodwe na yebo mpa ye ede ama no ade eye mede na anwumre ne se Koku Anyido ho wotie ne nkasa yim na wo hwe efiri baabi a wo firi ba wono ma di na chi ache no uhunu se oyobi a odo nyankopon pa no nyankopon so don enya me nwanwa se no ne Professor Mills and nam san say it takes quality to appreciate quality na and that's ankomo no so ye ne bedi na ya hwe a politician ne ekoso no ono ne ntiase mu no say na enkomo no esitie e ma sofo nyina adwo anwumre ebusa se moapom etesen efiri sabre yi kro no Midin Ediao Amufa Boachia High 107.1 Boiling Point Nebre Enaso. Why ready na about to no send the besi akro migidi say ade achi ade sen nyina no hye ye abato ho enhye make us say kai na hye no nso say apart from say utie boiling point no enche election reference center so baso nyame ya doma adwoada edi animi awia dumienu bremu ekro ekopem no nan ya ye betena ase na fi ya hwe efri we abremu no ekro no ye betena ase awia dumie no mienu mesremo awia no mienu 2 pm ede ekopem 4 pm awia no mienu ekopem ye no 9 bremu na election reference center no baso ye be fa constituency no baako na o hwe wona tu so no na wo science tie ewo Oman FM IPAC and na radio na fe social media platform ni nyina tikai national so enwumre ye headline sponsors national health insurance omo eboaye oda wo ho na wo de go well omo nso eboaye awos unisex boutique ye ka say wonuma ye krado eboaye e ma wo remfi se wo peniema papa to a untumi ensan ye Franco Trading Enterprise enwumre Omo aye adom baby bidura Givers Scientific Herbal Center omo nso aye adom enwumre sanso so na baby a wo partner no Salam Real Estate omo ese yebema baby pa atena na enema tumi akoyi ewa brabo omo ne other sponsors aka na enwumre omo aye adom a yede boiling point ebro. Akwaba.
Oh yeah,
Boko there.
Charlie, we did inside
small. I think it was 3 days ago.
Okay.
Ben and Sunday, just after IPAC meeting, no.
So that was Tuesday.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you didn't come on. Share near my hot dry course so. Na also for way over one by my
Well, of course.
More. I love that.
Or the Estatian Opano.
Yes.
Aquarium, Amahedu, and you made there, and as an dream there, as a Daniel Bemano. On Finantico near programming.
More.
Nayandana the Panchi.
More.
Nagana. What's my sorry?
Okay.
Amen.
Amen. Ko ma me mu say general question answer na ya ba yensem no so. Political watcher manuel wadi akira. In fact, so we lead a political party presidential candidate to win election. One of the crucial election na we Ghana has see. That was 2008. Now what tenemo abepim sabria. We need a book craft from Woho. Baby, I free I buy a baby drew hey, idea na uhu atmosphere not to send idea na uhu.
You made us say, Mammy share with you for now. Means them network no yet so extensive. Oh,
baby,
all over the world.
Yeah.
Anyway, well, this question just yesterday. Nah, me oh baby. If I make yes, I went for some checkup somewhere. Met a young guy. A radiographer who had to just do some x-rays on me. Until me remove who on me and I say, what? I can't believe I'm seeing you. I'm saying why? I say, I've been following you.
Yeah.
And honestly, you are one of the politicians that I admire. I'm saying why? I say why? We listen to a lot of you people, we watch a lot of you people. Oh. We know the ones who are genuine.
Yeah.
We know the ones who have integrity.
Yeah.
And we know the ones who are just lying to us. Now, which category do I fall in? And I see, if for nothing at all, Mr. Nido, your loyalty to President Mills, nobody can take it away from you.
Yeah.
That is what is keeping you going. That loyalty, that integrity. Because normally people work for people when they are alive. Eye service. But for you, the way you have been consistent after the death of this man.
In politics, a commitment, dedication, and loyalty.
And I'll say, what is making us believe you is that the man is dead and gone. And so it's not like post be or de mao. And the allowance be or de be mao. And now we hear the away no.
Yeah.
And to the extent that your own party people are fighting you, is what is making some of us just believe that your loyalty and your honesty is very genuine. In terms of doing the calculation, so now I was telling him my story.
Yes.
And me myself, when I was calculating the years, I was like, what? Because 32 years of Ghana's democracy.
It's been years.
I have been part of it since the inception.
Yeah.
Since 92.
Yeah.
As student leaders on Legon campus, Yanni Rollins, DNDC, DCNE, for the establishment of re-establishment of democratic governance. And those days, Peter Nanfuri was the IGP. At a point in time, Emisena Asobrachine had also. Omuyi police for good years, so easy. Because we were leading the crusade. So then I told him, no, say, then this is a young boy. I said, at 1990, I was not even born. I said, you were not born in 1990? He said, no, I was not born. I said, well, so we started the struggle before you were born. Some of us, for the past 32 years, about Ghana Fourth Republican democracy, from the beginning till now.
Yes. Papa.
Yeah, we fought it.
Okay, who be say now involved.
Exactly. And I'm saying, I mean, we did what we could do as young men, and we are still growing in it. And then Uncle be a banner, opese tu omufuna o chira omo ade na yesi o chirema yensin. and then amna akesi ahoro a omo tuto mu a omo prepare omo nya obi amane enso so omo kuroma omo, because we learned from people the hard way, the soft way. In the process we climbed ropes. But today the young ones who are Mr. social media, so so they form WhatsApp groups and they continue to deceive themselves on WhatsApp groups. We hear mistake now, when you want to give them the lighter, because they are so stuck to the dark. Light they don't want the light. They will hound you out. They will make the deal at them. And then 3 days ago, what I saw at IPAC, I was sad, for my own political party. Of course, I went there as a CSO this time around, because of course we are moving on.
Yes.
Almost say minus politics, there's no life. But for some of us, minus politics, that is active politics, there's still life. This Atamos Institute now Okano. So let me tell that story. So President Mills Nkumana Mininidi was our exit plan. On one answer will be 8 years.
We're 8 years, sir.
Baby I the befa.
Okay.
Of course, President Kufuor had then set up the Kufuor Foundation. Prior to that, we are pudon. Prior to that, Nibio.
Before 2012, now who setting up a plan?
That is why I'm not worried about what they are doing. Almost say, but I always had my exit plan ready, because I knew that my loyalty to President Mills will be punished. It is something that I always knew. So we had been planning the exit plan. We had gone to the Carter Center in Atlanta in the US. In fact, I think last week President Carter celebrated his 100th birthday centenary. Yeah, and it was big for the Carter Foundation. And so some of us, for the longest, we've been working out several things. Now President Kufuor set up the foundation. So between myself and President Mills, we were discussing the exit plan. Of course, he wanted to go back into academia.
Okay.
I mean, once a teacher, always a teacher. It's not just open term career 8 years, no, not just he can go back into academia, of course, at a different level. Former president, it will just be giving lectures across the globe.
Yeah.
Just so of course, then Frank Ejokun was then with President Kufuor.
Yes.
So I was looking at myself, say, I will be the Frank Ejokun around President Mills.
Yeah.
So of course, we worked together. We understood. So that was part of the plan. So once he passed, of course, Menjai Party. I went to the party headquarters, did 4 years as Deputy General Secretary. Once the party took a decision, said they didn't need my services at the party level any longer. Why not? Let me go and spend time at the institute.
Was it the party? No,
of course, it was a Congress.
Okay.
So
okay.
If delegates vote,
yeah, okay, sure,
and they don't give you the mandate,
sure,
it's a party decision.
Okay.
They represent the party. Even though a lot of things happened at trade fairs at 2018, and your party for the decision per se, but hey.
Before then, now that's all a Castle.
No. So the story is that President Mills passed in 2012. Is that not it? So I stayed on. 2013, John Mahama, he sworn in. Free Castle called Flagstaff House. I almost started butu. I mean, some of us. So 13, 14, I was not part of government. So 14 December, that's 2014. The party was going to Congress in Kumasi Babayara Stadium. That's when I decided to go and contest for Deputy General Secretary. And the party voted for me overwhelmingly. So between 14 and 18, I was Deputy General Secretary. Into 18 years, I called Congress, we were trade fair, and things didn't go a certain way. Then I went and breathed life into the institute, and that's what I've been doing for some time now. After the yes, I then I got at Tamus Institute or the year Juma. Na coming here. Na kana probably am so ma ko o friend is a sedu ketia so ma medu ani ma mindi. I was working before I entered politics. I had gone to school, good education. I had worked with the United Nations High Commission for Refugees. I did some work when I was doing my masters in the UK, the first masters in East Anglia. From the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, I went to the Metropolitan and Ally Bank, the first private commercial bank, a Ghana-Malaysian enterprise. And for 10 years I was there. By the time I was leaving, I was the head of corporate, treasury and finance investments. So I'm a funny pabo, bra.
And so now, political party,
of
you
course.
love politics.
I grew up in Bema Camp.
And to the end of course, were you not worried?
I grew up in Bema Camp, so I saw the revolution, Rawlins's revolution.
Okay.
May 15, 79, June 4, 79, 31st December 81. Growing up as a boy in Bema Camp because my father was in the military. That was my attachment to Rawlins.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a personal thing.
Yeah.
And you'll be a recruit to me.
Yeah.
I loved Rawlins.
Yeah.
Yeah, the revolution had its excesses. Why not? Even democracy has its excesses. Why not a revolution? But it doesn't stop me from loving Rawlins. I liked him. So the irony is that between 1990 and 92 as student leaders, Anna Mimi Dienima na Yekun Etia PNDC, Sayama democracy in Bano. People were wondering, but this guy, be you say Rawlins be your man, way now you fight against Rawlins. I wasn't fighting against Rawlins. I was fighting against a certain system that needed to be that needed to be corrected. So in 92 when I was voting for NDC again, so I fought the PNDC at a certain time. We got democracy in 92. 92 when I was voting at Legon Hall, I voted for NDC. So my attachment to the NDC has got nothing to do with anybody who is personal to me, Amofa.
Yeah.
My orientation.
Yeah.
You'll be a recruit to me.
Yeah.
And the things that I saw in Bema Camp in 79, I said, and John Mahama, none of the leaders today saw it. Some of us saw it. So, I said, politics here do and die. For us, some of us, politics is not do and die. Then again, I talked about Sena Miyejuma or UNHCR. The UNHCR experience, Amofa. So this was 98, 99, thereabout. And Nana Sierra Leone Civil War now started. Good. It is the first batch of Sierra Leone for now Ghana coming to seek refuge, Almost the fishing vessel and the buyer. It's a called Temahabo. That's the United Nations High Commission for Refugees, National Mobilization Program, NMP, Ministry of Interior, and other agencies are forming the Ghana Refugee Board. Everybody that disembarked from that fishing vessel was a politician with a diplomatic passport and visa. Yeah, with their families. But that's how they were able to rent or charter the fishing vessel, a Ghanaian fishing vessel, that brought them to Ghana. Not one of them stayed in Ghana. They only came to transit, take flight, and they left. So by the time a war need TC Mankasa, Anna Kwano Buakai, the nickname of Mosquito. And now short sleeve, long sleeve, and the real refugees started coming. Omoko. That also shaped my mental makeup. That never will I be in public office and mislead and abuse my period in office to the extent say BBC na my journey ejai timem fono. But unfortunately, some politicians, that is their mentality. If they die, they die. It's power we want. And it been a sea last. So Tuesday when I stood at I sat at IPAC as a CSO at Amos Institute, and of course everybody knows that we've done some work in West Africa, in Benin, Guinea, Conakry, Nigeria.
And related to politics.
Yeah, elections.
Okay, right.
Elections observation.
Right.
With ECOWAS.
Right.
So it's not like
Yeah.
ECOWAS invites us. We go Benin, Guinea, Conakry, Nigeria, Sierra Leone, Liberia, and most recently in Senegal. Then in 2022, now 2020, now local observers no. So I'm over the 32 years of this fourth Republican dispensation. Medium komono. Medium. I stand tall in it.
Yeah, sure.
So I don't need political party office to function. All I need is to be alive and have energy and be a Ghanaian and be able to function as a Ghanaian in the supreme interest of Ghana. That's it. So Tuesday, sitting at IPAC.
Before then, you love to be a Ghanaian.
Of course, God knows why He put me here.
Okay.
That one you have to go and ask God. And of course, as a theologian, because I just finished, graduated from the Trinity Theological Seminary. So from a theological perspective, there's a reason why God put me here.
Okay.
And it's for that reason why my commitment is to serve this country to the best of my ability.
Okay.
Political parties need the effort. Why not? One way as a double life will be boring. So MPP, NDC, CPP, UPP, RPP, 1 PPP is beautiful. But at the end of the day, it's about Ghana.
Okay.
Because our money in Niwa,
sure,
political parties cannot exist.
Sure.
You understand?
Sure.
So Ghana first. So now sitting at IPAC as a observer. CSO.
Yeah.
Of course, there were international development partners.
Okay.
I felt sorry for my party.
NDC.
Because I'm still NDC. Oh, that's what I won't deny NDC. I'm NDC.
Yeah.
I said, okay, so no pay me. I don't know. Bakufu Akwantu no nkwane bona money. Up to now, nobody has given me any letter.
Okay.
But I felt sorry. So I'm sitting down doing my analysis. The two major parties, MPP and NDC.
Before then, I didn't demo call IPAC meeting.
Of course, IPAC meeting they say will be any near course. Say letter commission according to the CI, the underlining constitutional instrument, and as even to the constitution. So chapter 7 of the 1992 constitution, specifically articles 45, 46, establishes the letter commission as the only election management body in the Republic of Ghana. Nobody can take that job away from the EC. It is their constitutional right. And Yatrodin, they have to, exhibit the register. And they did the exhibition. And that is why it is called, that is why it is a PVR, a Provisional Voters Register, PVR. And the whole idea is that every Ghanaian, first of all, not political parties, every Ghanaian has a civic, that one is not constitutional, that one is civic.
Okay.
Has a civic duty. If you are within the voting age and you have registered, go and check your names, be sure it's there. If you think that there are some, maybe I touch him or register no one, you go back to the electoral commission, go and point it out with evidence, and then they said they are ready to work it out because it's provisional. And Amamanyo say, they have found certain anomalies, but Oman found done easy into more forensic audit. I mean, forensic audit technically actually means auditing financials with the sole purpose of looking for evidence to prosecute. So even the term forensic audit is even wrong. This is within a wrong nomenclature. What are you forensically auditing? And who are you going to prosecute? So even the term, the phraseology is wrong. But anyway, almost a forensic audit. And it's a demonstration 17th December. Yanka say flag bearer no one Kobe. So electoral commission. Electoral commission of 1 week mandate. So within 1 week, so 24th July, September, say isi ama omumwaye say omobe peninsula forensic auditor na the basi 1 week ni ba hwensi. And the EC kept asking, where is the evidence? Where is the evidence? Where is the evidence? Amofa, no evidence. And the ECC look. Yentinase and yehwe because ABR they are up to something. And he said EC free IPAC. And decided that for the first time they will open IPAC up to the media, live coverage. Of course, NDC should be shy. They want live coverage. So,
yeah, because he will be a day better.
When I entered the room of the auditorium, doing my plenty analysis that I do on a daily basis. So 12 political parties, including MPP, NDC. The first thing that caught my attention, NPP was represented by Macmenu.
Peter Macmenu, the General Secretary.
No, the General Secretary Kodia.
Kodia.
And then Gary Nimako, Director of Research. On the other side, Omani Boama.
It was Evans Nimako.
Evans Nimako, not Gary.
Yes.
Evans Nimako, thank you. Omani Boama and two other gentlemen who really, you are not too sure the level at which they are, even in the party.
No, Mumuyoha.
Too much. I mean, as Deputy General Secretary, come on. And when I'm catching one of my colleagues at the CSO level said, my people are going to embarrass me today. No, then I'm say, I know I see Nketia very well. I've worked with him for 4 years. Anka glory be wo Anka NDC be jisa no panana say we are na. Come on, I see Nketia. Why not pay glory chain? He would have been there to take the glory, the shine away. I mean, and then you know him. No bunny baby.
Yeah.
No canning general.
Yeah.
But I didn't see him there, so it was obvious that there was no glory to be taken. And that's precisely what happened, Amofa. I mean, EC was very blunt. You are not bringing us any evidence, but you are out there in the public domain. And Amoka can send me. Say, you see, and tin Yamokana Eboa. Even though move for evidence by we are tititi. It's in Yamokana Bontino. And no analysis, and I hear Babaye. And they started doing the analysis. Everything the NDC had put out, they were able to use evidence with diagrams, with facts, with figures to establish NDC the actual Bantino. It's not true. There should be an ID card. Somebody is missing from the register. The EC was able to prove that the person is not missing. The person is there. Produce the base document. Everything. At the end of the day, of course, it was live on television, so Obienwe. Omani Boama leading the team. After Nyotumika, I can't say, he ended up once. Of course, he better once. And he, and Kanye Juma NDC here, and IPAC meeting member. So now other political parties, they did register on the Maomono. Omoko die. They went to bed, they didn't do any work. So it's the NDC that worked and brought about the IPAC meeting. Why not? The question is, what work did you do? Yeah, you say you worked. What work did you do? So we've come to IPAC. It's all about evidence. You see, in 2020, it's the same thing they did. And they went to court, say, yeah, we are about one. At the headquarters, you can hold a press conference and say everything you want to say. On the streets, you can say anything you want to say. But in a court of competent jurisdiction, the name of the game is evidence. They couldn't produce any evidence. Sana IPAC, so you can be on television and radio and say anything you want to say. But at IPAC, where is the evidence? Now, between Tuesday, so yesterday, Wednesday, and Thursday, those young boys who have been making noise, and I use the word noise, and I know what I'm talking about. Noise. Ghana will be banned. You declare results now, Jomhama, the basi. In the last 2 days, where are they? Because they are shocked. Well, this old friend now Bisado.
So embarrassing.
I felt embarrassed. I felt embarrassed. How he felt, I don't know. But I felt. You see, because Amofa, as I sat there, the same Alisa Hotel, 2016, as the Deputy General Secretary of the party, this same issue, MPP Fossil bloated voters register. I was the one leading the charge as the NDC Deputy General Secretary that NPP should provide evidence. And we forced the EC under Charlotte Osei to have the same IPAC gathering with CSOs, the DPs, development partners, the international community. Justice VRACC, Scrab was the chairman. So long and short, the MPP could not provide. hard evidence. So there was no forensic audit. This was me in 2016. So I have not changed. It is the leadership of my party that has changed. I have not changed. If what MPP did in 16 was wrong, and NDC is doing the same thing in 2024 and it's wrong, I will say it. Yes, I'm here in this in otherwise I will look stupid. Then people will begin to question my integrity. Abakoku, in 2016, this is not the same thing that you said was wrong. Today, what are you saying is right? Unfortunately for us politicians, that's a mistake we make. Me NDC, me MPP, ninti. Now no I'm a say adianenye no. And then then you try to rationalize around it. You don't know that you are giving your integrity away. But the people who are listening out there, they are passing value judgment on all of us. So when I walk out every day and people say, Koku, we respect your integrity, that alone is enough. I may not have the V8, I don't live in Transaco, I don't live in Airport Hills. It doesn't concern me. You know why? Yes, it's good. We are human beings. Why not? I mean, if God permits you to have all those things, I'm not saying it's bad.
Yeah.
But I won't follow those things and destroy my own soul. No. Those who want to worship those things, let them worship those things. Because I meet people, hey, into their way, na John Muhammad, we need no any poster. So, post inti. I should lose my integrity and my soul. Post. And they say President Mills we had or the mayor there. President Mills Nanka or the buyer. They are not here, my President Mills. Into Anyafia Mamian. It's none of my business. And I've said again that I'm not God. So if it is God's will that he will win in this 2024, let it be so. But I will not sell my integrity to him. That one I won't do it.
The IPAC, it was.
Look, it was embarrassing. It said, well, if you ask me from a sociological and functionalist perspective, it wasn't a waste of time.
Okay.
It was good.
Okay.
In fact, I've just my CSO group have just sent me a message that has come from Oman. If you permit me, just for you to for you to know that it's not a waste of time.
107.1 Suni ebusunya for boiling point na waso gusua uti affiliate stations ni nyina nso ekurembi across the world ya ne orokoko anyi do ho ena ahyase make say honorable Ike New Drabin South MC ofia ha na mrantie bi nso aba besra ye ne nkomo no be de papa kofu to asoma me
so to show it's not a waste of time.
To aso
the baby Jacopo baby here. I think yesterday and today there's been some sanity on the airwaves. And I'm a that alone is good. IPAC has created the sanity because the boys have run underwater. In fact, some of them have called me and they are angry with their leaders. That Koku, Honorable, we didn't know. Now we know that you, Koku, you have been telling us the truth. Because all along you have been saying we should watch this thing. Because the day Mahama Anchor demonstration, on the 9th of 16th, I got information, credible information, why he didn't go for the demonstration on 17th. Omo catch them, he been to an amount and said, John,
be pain.
I said, "Don't ya Udine any sound money, sound kola 2020, Omo dada, and Moko go in the Supreme Court. After I said, Bisa Johnson, but just saying, 3 times.
Evidence way.
Or say, my Lord, I didn't come with figures. Say, oh, Jai figures, no, Sequa. Abenasi. No, Chabe. And understand their friend, the Supreme Court, did figures. I mean, honestly, let's be serious in this country.
Yeah.
Let's get serious. I said, Nketia cannot continue to create unnecessary tension. And I've said it, Amofa. I was his deputy for 4 years. If there's somebody who knows him, I'm one of the people who know him. And I've sworn to my God, I said, Nketia, let December come and let him attempt to mislead anybody onto the street. I'm not too far from him to Yarifa, and I watch him closely. And I've said notice what he did in 2020 and misled people to die. It won't happen in 2024. No. If he wants to die, Tafalache, he should go and bring his family down from Canada. He and his wife and children can go and die. No, honestly, this immorality in politics must stop. This mentality say, let's keep the party foot soldiers in the dark and continue to play on, as I've written somewhere, continue to rape their ignorance.
You are on record to have said, say, comfortable lead, and also the
So I'm telling you, comfortable lead, I didn't declare victory.
Okay.
That's the difference. Yeah, we election. Now by 10 o'clock, Mark Menu, I first press conference. Send people for a winning. Now by 1 a.m., Minya Kuma Wamafunu. 1 a.m. Time I'm Roberts, yeah, Jumano. No, so yeah, press conference, MPP, winning. As Deputy General Secretary. Oh, no, sorry, I mean, 1 a.m. press conference. I'm Robert for
a time.
So as Deputy General Secretary in charge of operations, because Asedin Ketia had left the headquarters, so Kotonamba was Ekwa. And I grant him that on and vote war. Should I sit down and allow the MPP just to be so I gathered my figures and I was I'm a student of language.
Yeah.
Because from what we have gathered so far, the NDC is in a comfortable lead. Presidential.
Yes.
But parliamentary wasn't looking good. I was very honest because
yes.
And yes, MPP running over us in parliament. So I was just being honest. In fact, the next morning, BBC, VOA, Al Jazeera, Oman headquarters. Say,
comfortably.
Figures Bena. Me day a press conference. And I'm catching up and say, what is your problem? I'm in my party headquarters. And I've collated results up to a certain point. And I said my candidate is in a comfortable mood. Which part of the English grammar don't you understand? And I'm back a mistake. I said, but you have declared yourself winners. Aha, baby. And I'm fast, I'll loophole them. And I'm say, watch your words very well. I didn't declare my candidate winner.
Yeah.
If you don't understand English, I'll teach you English. I said we are in a comfortable lead. How does that amount to declaring my candidate winner? One was a exam question. I say I can't go choose so BBBA Amber. And then by mistake I say at this juncture, one will ask what is a goat. Say or true goat.
Yeah.
Biology and a goat number. And a tree nearby. And all your tree now I said that every now and then you find a goat chewing a leaf the leaf of a tree. At this point, one juncture one will ask what is a goat? What they call goat.
What's the question?
Sana me yeah. When you mistake bisa cancer and the foul. Who said did I say we have won? For 30 minutes, one and the foul. And almost sorry call and say anyway, so I didn't declare as winners.
Yeah.
Unlike 2020.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the difference.
That's the difference where there was an emphatic declaration of victory that John Muhammad won. Asiedun Ketia, Otokuno, Sami Jenfi, John Muhammad himself.
Yeah.
That they have won. So they created that atmosphere that they had won an election. And Jean Mensa was now stealing the thing from Nanado and Omudiko Supreme Court. It's the same thing. History, Nyanso Namisaka is a history has a very interesting way of repeating itself. And it's a history has repeated itself. But thank God, it wasn't a waste of time. So IPAC has exposed Johnson Asedun Ketia, not the NDC, that group that was going to attempt to mislead the NDC in December. So it's not a waste of time. And Amika said, today, just this evening when I'm sitting here,
yeah,
a release has come from West African Network of Election Observers. I will just read. Kudos to the Electoral Commission of Ghana.
Yes.
For demonstrating a high sense of transparency and accountability, inclusivity, and impactful engagement with all stakeholders towards securing a credible voters register nationwide for Ghana's 2024 presidential and parliamentary elections, dated October 3rd, 2024.
Yeah.
So, Amofa, like I said, the DPs were there, development partners were there. If at a point in time, I'm not too sure if you people captured that very much on, but Omani Boama forgot where he was. When the EC IT director was exposing him, and of funny iPad, then he rushed straight to the American ambassador, the development partners. They started showing the woman something on his iPad. And then everybody was like, Omani, is this not what the EC is saying? Show to everybody. Why are you showing to the American ambassador? He exposed himself. As a brofra, he did a grow bedroom. And BBC, that's how they are misleading
the NDC.
They are misleading the international community.
Okay.
With their fake data. And so suddenly they have been exposed. Well, for strategic reasons, they have decided that they won't share their data with the EC.
Hey.
Oh yeah, he said he's on record.
Yeah,
I was there. I won't lie. No, I don't lie about these things.
He said it.
Yeah, for strategic. What strategic reasons? The reasons that you put people on the streets and asking them to get ready to die after 8th December. That Kofi Totobi Kwachi, a former minister for national security, 70 years plus, is inciting children in secondary to get ready to go and overrun the electoral commission. And you have the information and are showing to the Americans and the whatever. Are they the ones going to run the election for us? So this slave mentality. This is not the NDC.
So we have 2008 strategy anamodeba and it's CC baby and Nema AC Ekroya. A difference room.
Of course, vast. Today I heard that I've been accused. Semina Mede, President Mills, door-to-door strategy in Matonwama Baumia. And I laughed. And I laughed. Oh yeah. It's even a Maton President Mills strategy, door-to-door Dr. Baumia. And I laughed.
Oman.
And I said, we all learn from best practices. As far back as 2016, Nanado started implementing door-to-door if people have forgotten.
Yes.
He started it. And no Konum Kalipo.
Yes.
Anameboa.
Yes.
So you don't know the history of this, of what is going on. As far back as 16, Nanado himself knew that what we did in 08 was very effective. And Mahama, because Ompe President Mills, Ompe President Mills Bibia, as you do Honumuna, anything Mahama won't touch you. Look, as Deputy General Secretary, we went to Akuse in 2016. Spent 1 week strategizing. I led the team. We got back because they said Koko Anyidoho was the one who led the team. They threw the document away at Flagstaff House. Oh, they even used the F word. F. So when Julius Debra called me that night, that Yehu said, can you hold a press conference for us? I looked up and I looked down and I looked up and I looked down and I looked up and I looked down. And I said, what? If only you had implemented. This same Samia Uku, after the victory, I met him one day. I don't know whether I should say what I'm saying, but he said, senior, Anka ukro from tiye ukakra boawa. Wanshananka election, it would have been tighter than it was. I said, well, you have won. Congratulations. Just, deliver on your promises. But this concerted effort that anything Mills, they won't touch. Anything Koko Anyidoho, they won't touch. And then Omubre. So even if I've sold the formula to Baumia, and he has decided that he will implement it, and he's implementing it well, now which one be your problem?
Koko similarities between Baumia and Professor Mills.
A lot. It's not easy. It's not difficult to weave a web around them. First of all, both of them are academic people.
Yeah. The
academicians in the area of economics, finance, of course. Yeah. Prof was a lawyer in addition and a tax expert. Baumia also has his strengths. Both of them were outsiders and brought in by leaders at the time who had trust and confidence in them.
Politics, Simono.
Yeah, politics. Yeah. So Rollins made Atamils his running mate in 06. And then in 96, And then openly at Swedru said, if Mills will go, I'll support him. That is an endorsement. Nanado brought in Bawumia. And he has kept faith with Bawumia. And said, if today I heard he was in Upper East.
Upper East, yeah.
And said, look, please vote for my vice to continue. There must be a reason why Rawlings was ready to hand over to Mills. And there's a reason why Nanado wants to hand over to Bawumia. Loyalty.
Okay.
Humility.
Okay.
It's important. Appreciation. It's important. That's it. Loyalty, humility, appreciation. That this man has done something for me and I appreciate it. It doesn't mean. So, what we did with the 08 campaign, taking prof to the people, was that the fact that he's showing loyalty and appreciation doesn't mean that he's not his own man. That was the main reason why we took prof to the people. That beyond the appreciation and the loyalty, we are presenting John Evans Atta Mills to you people. Examine him outside the lenses and prism of Jerry Rawlings. Because Rawlings will not be president again. Assess Atta Mills. That's what MPP people didn't know we were doing. And are almost rare. We won that election. They have now since picked our script and they have upgraded it. What Bawumia is doing. And that is why I will follow what he's doing. Not that necessarily following him. I will follow what he's doing because it is catching my attention.
Yeah.
Because I've done it before.
Yeah.
So it's easy to understand what he's doing.
Yeah.
And the impact he's making. And also, Nyao catch the microphone and say, please examine me outside the prism of President Akufo-Addo. I am Mahamudu Bawumia. I appreciate what Nanado has done for me, but God willing, I'm going to run my own. And from the day he was elected at the stadium statement, I have my own vision. Right in the presence of Nanado. Through to UPSA, up to now, he has remained consistent on that vision. And in communication and in messaging, consistency on message is very key. He has not wavered on that vision. You see, I'm over 32 years of the Fourth Republic, 16 NDC, 16 MPP. The next level we are going to, it's not about roads and hospitals and schools. Yeah, it's very good, it's important. But what we really need is a transformational and a transgenerational agenda. A transformational and a transgenerational, not transgender, transgenerational
agenda.
And honestly, as a vision, and Professor Mills was a transformational leader.
Yeah.
No two ways about that.
Yeah.
Wanting to review the constitution, giving us 3 public universities in 3.5 years, allowing the single spine to come in, all the elimination of school under trees, that he allowed President Kufuor's DCs, some of them, to remain in office for continuity.
Yes.
Come on. Sack Georgina Wood, I won't sack her. So that is the changing the face of governance. So when I'm listening to my candidates, and the rhetoric is still the old rhetoric. When I come, I will jail. When I come, I will catch. And you hear the voice on radio every day. We will jail you. We will catch you people. We will sack you people. Of course, when you get the power and something has been done and it's not right, the law will deal with the people. But boy, on the other side, the person is saying, I want to put in place systems. Now, I'm over. This whole universe, the cosmic realm, is controlled by systems. 3 nights ago, a second moon appeared. So as we speak now, up until 25th November, we'll have 2 moons, the bigger moon and the smaller moon. But you have to have understanding to know that there's a second moon. But what I'm saying is that the God who created us is a God of systems. Nothing happens by chance as far as he's concerned. Everything is systematic. Systems govern the world. So you have seasons. The rainy season, the dry season, is systems. Now, until we put in place systems, we ain't going nowhere.
As a country.
And you build the schools, you build the roads, but what are the systems that will keep this thing and be able to put everything at one base? Now, that is what is happening with this digitalization thing.
Okay.
They say Baumia has run away from the economy and he's talking about digitalization. I say either you know and you are pretending you don't know, or you don't know. What is the economy? What is the economy? To manage our resources, is that not it?
Yes.
And expenditure. But we've left things in a haphazard manner. For example, this TVET thing. In the past, you had other trade, employment, other ministries holding aspects of the educational something. If they've put it together today under one structure, TVET, and it's under one ministry, a system has been created.
Yeah.
If we have an organized way of raking in revenue with an organized system, I'll give a personal testimony. 3-4 months ago, I owed water bill. I tried to go to Ademta, pay post. 3 times I went with cash. No human being. I met you as Sikanamano. And I met me water. One Saturday morning, there was no money. Then my wife said, look, this thing you are going, I've been watching you. I just wanted to wait and see. I have the app. I can pay water bill on my phone. But you give me the money. Someone said, money, Sikari there. You give me the money, I will pay.
You have to. You have to.
So I gave her the money right in front of me. Papa.
She paid.
She paid. My water was reconnected. Has never been disconnected again. A month ago, a cousin of mine bought a vehicle from a vehicle vendor. Wanted to register. He didn't have a Ghana card. He couldn't register the vehicle. So he had to go and do a Ghana card to be able to register the vehicle. Is that not a system?
It's a system. Yeah. Sure.
I'm telling you. Is that not a system? What are we talking about? Then he now registered the vehicle because he now had the Ghana card. Then they now link his Ghana card to his driver's license. And apparently now when you register everything on DVLA, there's a card they give you. And I'm a boy.
Yeah, no, correct.
So am I lying?
No.
So if I'm a Ghanaian and these things are happening, nobody is saying the economy is good or 100%. But we say systems are being built. As Rostow will say in his 5 stages of growth, that the necessary preconditions for real takeoff is now being created with systems. And you say because I am NDC, I shouldn't appreciate the systems. Meanwhile, should we win, are we going to throw the system away?
No.
So if we won't throw the system away, so if now I'm hearing my candidate, now you are not even too sure what he's saying. One moment, NDC nyehwe nananum enunam nyehwe nti dia me jama omo buy no omo say ni nyina
ya
nti me ba just me start biom nanso agenda 111 no omo start no beto aso
and dem ba meto aso.
I'm a communications expert. So I don't just listen.
Yes.
I analyze content.
Yes.
Also omo nyehwe but obo omo beto aso oba obeto de na omo ya oba obeto aso so omo nyehwe nti de na oba obeto aso. Let us be able to give credit where it is due. Enomu na uko didi asofo no matem, didi imam fo atem, didi ahemfo atem, didi akonfo no matem, didi CSO atem se ade na ba omi aba omo ho a omo boje ne so ase omo krokro no
A bompaye man.
Tuesday, Paripasu, when your boys were failing at EC, you said you were meeting the clergy. Then again, I have said, as a communications person, I've managed a candidate before.
Yes.
I have managed a president before.
Yes.
So, in all humility, Master, yes, we are yebi. There's no way I will allow President Mills on a day that we believe that the party has a very major event, and we believe in what we are doing, the candidate should be supporting the people at IPAC. In fact, that day, I would have met Professor Mills, even if he won't stay there throughout, as the candidate, pass there and give morale. You know, the political parties were allowed 3 people each. So I've mentioned the 3.
Yes.
But I saw Obi Amwa.
Morale.
He showed up.
Yes.
For a while. Then he left. People are paying attention to what is going on. Then you now say you are meeting the clergy. Then I knew that something was very wrong. Apart from seeing the lineup and knowing something was wrong, when I was there in the auditorium and somebody showed me, what's this John is doing? I'm saying, it's happening live.
Obompire.
I said, no, this man didn't go for the demonstration because he didn't have facts and figures. Today, he's doing this while his boys are at IPAC. It's a confirmation that he doesn't believe in what they are doing at IPAC. So he's gone to do this program. I didn't know that it would end up even the way it ended. But it's obvious if you look at the whole thing.
And they saying,
with this
Coco, and you know who is saying our guest. Coco, and they say 107.1 Sweeney High Oman FM boiling point.
When
live, Koso.
In the Bible, D4 Nakuponi omukasa oni omukasa ema omukasa.
Yeah.
By the way, you see D4 no say Nakuponi ne kasa. But wako kachre Sam George and the Nakupon kachre no.
Sam George nka.
Oh, Sam George nka. Hey. After Sam George entumi nka no. And afraid D4 no say D4 asem no nkasa beka. Within that 2-minute window, you know what they were communicating to some of us? This whole thing is contrived.
I see.
That's all. That's all you communicated to me.
Yes.
It's contrived.
Yes.
Since when did Osu Bempa and Sam George become friends? Since when did they become friends? Asofu ekuku dame wo hono. Ono Osu Bempa Nyankopon yi ade na kire no wan kan kire asofo no. Say oka mami Sam George or Yosofo or Yedifo. So when you package this whole thing and you think that you are misleading us, and they say mebunu bi wo Ashanti region NDC mebunu omo issue statement that John Mahama should distance himself from Osu Bempa immediately, otherwise he will lose their support because they NDC youth in the Ashanti region.
Koko asofo ano mo ho no mo doso.
And meba ho omo doso. Amofa
Koko goso.
So I know for a fact that many of the men who were there, men of God who were there, are very angry because this was not part of the script. Let's meet the candidate. Why not? Let's pray for the candidate. Why not? But to prophesy and ambush all of us into your prophecy, people are very angry because they belong to churches. If yours is a one-man church and you can prophesy and do whatever you want to do with your prophecy, some of them, if they get the prophecy, they must go to session. They must go to the elders.
And correct.
Because the church doctrines are different. One-man churches were Obusu Bempa Denibi. But my EP church, the pastor alone doesn't function. He functions with session executives, presbyters. In other churches, you have deacons. You have elders. No matter what vision you see, you must share it with them. So if the presiding bishop of the Methodist church, the Presbyterian moderator, Catholic, Anglican are there, and they know, it's a former president wants to meet the clergy. Why not?
Why not?
And you go and bring somebody from some one-man church that he has seen a vision and that he has prophesied that God has said that this man will win and nobody can stop it. Just nobody can stop it. Do you know what you have done to them? You have abused their church doctrine. Yeah, that's what you have done to them. Because they must go back and answer. So all of you Do you believe in that prophecy? You have put them in a tight corner, because that's not what they went to do. And if you look at the whole orchestration, say Sam George and the MC, President Mills, he had a national day of prayer and thanksgiving. Did you ever see me there? I mean, MC.
David.
He left it to the church. It is your program. Reverend Dr. Budako, Reverend Kuma, Reverend Professor Asante, take this thing as the church and run it. I, as president, yes, I want something like that, but I leave it to the church to run. That's how. But how do you go and carry these boys, these same boys who are insulting everybody every day, and they now are leading prophecy? So it's a Sam George-led prophecy. No, it's a Sam George-led prophecy.
Yeah.
Because he had to announce to us.
Yeah.
That the Omanfm says God has spoken to him. That he cannot say it. It's too heavy for him. Sam George, is something ever heavy for his mouth? But it's all contrived. It's a script. So Omanfm say we refi. Say obeye nia yesi beye na. Program ni be wieo. Inti me kai obeje mic ni na. That's all. It's politics. We contrive things.
Yes.
Me.
It happens.
It happens. It's a game.
It's a game.
But choose where you play the game. Choose where you play the game. Now, I know that the NDC itself as a political party, apart from the boys in Kumasi, the hierarchy. Did you see Asenu Ketia there?
No.
Did you see the General Secretary there?
No.
Did you see any party father and elder there? It's the same small boys. I'm telling you. I said I've been around since 92. So for 32 years of this dispensation, I've been around.
Yes.
Before some of these boys were born. So what I see, they cannot see. What I know, they don't know. I am saying the optics of it. Did you see Asenu Ketia there?
No.
Yes, whether I like him or not, he's the chairman of the party, is that not it?
Yes.
Was he there? Was the general secretary there? Where were the party elders? Yes, Ufosampo for your elder. Did you see him there? So is this same Sami Jenfi, Sam George boys who are running rings around you, John Mama, and telling us that there's a prophecy, Omozu Bempa, and we're supposed to buy into that prophecy? In communications theory, in communications theory, you have the principle of bandwagon and boomerang. Bandwagon is when you do it, people follow you. Boomerang is when you do it, people just get angry. That's what is happening. There's a boomerang effect. People are angry. Churches are angry. That where did you go and bring this guy from to come and do this thing and ambush all of us and embarrass us? Why?
Ambush.
Yes, it's an ambush. It's an ambush. Because it was not part of the script. They said the former president wants to meet clergy. Why not? And have an interaction with us. We didn't say we'll come to meet him and endorse him and prophesy. Even if you are endorsing him, let it be a human endorsement. That you have heard from God. Are you the only one who hears from God? We're all created in God's image. In fact, we are God. As we walk, we are God. Who has seen God before? So when you have insulted this man and said Moja Ewan Insa on to mean the president Bium Osun Fuada Kabe is a 4. It's the Ben or the Funada Kadina 4 Nina 2 Hoa Afedi Yakupon say Shenkom. Thou shalt not use the name of the Lord thy God in vain. And I think just after that I read Reverend Sam Crunchy. It was there that people shouldn't go and collect money and be prophesying. Just I think yes.
Yeah.
Those of us
He said it.
that people shouldn't go and collect money and be prophesying.
He said it to a program Nasiwa.
So it tells you that they all feel ambushed. Because they won't do that. These guys have international reputation. They have large following, So they will never put their reputation on the line and make such a prophecy in the open. Because they are flock. They are leaders. There's MPP in the flock, there's NDC in the flock, there's everything in the flock. And you also come to say that all of them say one person will win. And if they go back on Sunday and half of the flock is gone, what do? You only say one man church. It's for you alone. You can say whatever you want to say. But my EP church doctrine will not allow any of our pastors to do this kind of thing. My EP church. If I Sunday when I go to church, I will ask my parish pastor. Yeah, does the EP church support what Obusu Bempa did? What you have just thrown cats among pigeons in churches. Open purpose and deda. Open it to no idea so deda. And you say, of course, I'm meeting it. And I'm going endorse Obi. That's enough aluta. Pastor no. Then Pam free parish uncle. What is it that you are doing? And you think that we are we can't see through it, that it is contrived? No, my brother. So when you are doing these kind of things and you think that you are deceiving us, you're not deceiving anybody.
Kokumi, final question. Volta region, so do you see development within 8 years?
And I say every government, why if you give me 1 year as president, I will do something. If you 1 year, you do something.
Yeah, okay.
Volta region, I'm saying that me Koko Agido. In 2015, I took President Rawlings. I'm answering your question. To who? The road from Sokode into who? I come from Tanyigbe. So from Sokode you get to who? Then you drive from who through the market, Akwefe, you get to Tanyigbe. And that road leads you straight to the Shia Nive border into Togo. Horrible road. If it was a friend abortion road. So we person abortion now. Go fast. DNC or the natural causes. We lost our original chairman at the time, lost his wife. Henry Ametapi lost his wife. So I was able to get former President Rawlings, say Yanko. And I begged him. All bano of Sogakope, Nifienu or Teple. So he used the Sogakope road through Adaklu. When he was going back, and I begged him to go through Sokode. It was rainy season. I'm saying, Mr. President, I beg you.
Yeah.
When you I know you can do it. Stop on the road. The media is following you, and appeal to President Akufo-Addo that this road, if he can do something about it, let him do it. And President Rawlings did it. Amakwata was the minister at the time. Today, go and see the road from Sokode into Ho. I Kokwanyido Ho. I mean, they say, so brother, yeah, my wife, yeah, now every say, oh, yamia, now, if he say, Yamina Dumara,
yeah,
and now to send out, yeah, it may come from Wawamo, but to the glory of God, may the soul of President Rawlings rest in peace. That is how that road was done today. So when they are insulting some of us,
the quality need to say,
what are you talking about? Now,
communication
then
communication
go to UHAS, Volta Regional.
Yeah,
just that small enclave. The University of Health and Allied Sciences, started by President Mills in 2011. Go and look at phase 2 of what Nanado has done. Phase 2. My own President Mills did phase 1.
Yeah.
May he so rest in peace. Go and look at phase 2. That today in the whole of West Africa, that university has the biggest simulation center in the whole of West Africa.
Wow.
Yeah. The whole of West Africa. The biggest simulation center. Go and look at the administration block. Go and look at the facilities that phase 2 and Nanado has put up at UHAS. The Eastern Corridor route. President Mills secured the facility. Under John Mahama from China, the facility was abrogated. That is from, the Eastern Corridor actually stretches from Temarana about through Afenya, Asikuma, Peki, all the way to Bando Hawk, where crosses into Yendi and then to Tamale. Under John Mahama, the project was truncated. I went to China as Deputy General Secretary with the National Chairman at the time, Kofi Potofe. We were invited by the Communist Party of China. But by the time we were returning, we knew that our government was in trouble. Yeah, the Chinese made it very clear to us that they won't release the funds because of what Jomama's government had done to them. Things that President Mills had set in place. Mahama Ba and Oba Broguti. So, oh, look.
Serious.
If I want to
serious.
talk. Now, on the boss, and your green book no be if any boss projects in Google green book no
yeah. Yeah.
Asumdwe Park.
Yeah.
I see me sum funu. I laugh. And your funu misum. The man died. He was your president. He became president. 4.5 years. We buried him on 10th August 2012. The agreement was that 1 year by 2013, Asumdwe Park should become a nice little mausoleum. 13 1 year, 14 1 year, 15 1 year, 16 1 year. I was Deputy General Secretary. So yes, I am young Kyle. It was not your priority. You were not interested.
Yeah.
You've seen the pictures. At a point in time, cement blocks.
And they are choco.
And they are choking. Every time I have to go there and go and clean the place with my people. Even now, I tell you, even though it has been done well, I pay. And I'm putting it on record today, even though the place has been done. I pay somebody 200 cedis every month to clean the tombstone area. And the evidence is there. The human being is there. Go and check, even though it has been done up well. But the tombstone area, the white tiles, because there's still no active curating going on.
But why are you so attached to that grave?
It's not about the grave. It's about the man.
Okay.
It's like Jesus Christ.
Okay.
When he died, wasn't it after he died that Peter and Co had the authority to function? When he was alive, they were children. They were hiding behind him. The master, teacher, rabbi. But when the rabbi died, and that's when they had the authority now to tell the demons to get out, rise up and walk. So my father is gone. I now have the authority to function. So I'm not worshiping a dead body.
Okay.
But it's a monument. It's a state monument.
Okay.
Look at Kwame Nkrumah Mausoleum.
Yeah.
Now on the 21st September, I went there again. The human beings that thronged that place. Is it not nice?
Very nice.
So when we have where President Mills was buried, now every day I see a man for Jaumunai wo sebe a man for this ewo ho a man for nyama be kona condom ho omo be kai use condom ni wia no mo ja ho omo so mo use condom ni de don be ye no mo aye no mo ko. That was where the president was buried. And John Mahama couldn't be bothered. Now, because I worked with him, I was getting calls. This is the first Fulbright scholar to have become president of any republic. And the Fulbright Association of the United States so honored him. We've moved around with him. People know him. Apart from that, I used to see him in my dreams.
I see.
People can decide to laugh at it, but we all dream. Depends on what you dream about.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, so that.
And the man is pleading with me that if nobody would do it, please do it for me. Now, how did it get done? My friend Sir John, who got close to me himself after the death of President Mills. So I'm now a general secretary for the MPP.
Yeah.
So after the 1 week celebration of President Mills' death, Castle Garden, and obey me. Also mean
Oman.
Prof, no, I'm a teacher, no, a good man, no, I'm a lecturer. My father done for. That's how Sir John and I became friends. Long and short, Sir John Kabe been a co-unu, a yenasi. Then I saw the place that they had prepared
For Sir John.
and I'm saying, Abba, they can do this for Sir John in Uno. Oh, when we get back to Accra, anything I can do to see President Akufo-Addo, to do Asumdwe Park, I will do it. You know this thing that they say that the words that we speak are life, they are spirit and they are life. Now, Sir John, the years, 90% of the people will be one in the Bewo. And then
MPP4.
So when I was talking to myself, to somebody, so when I was talking, somebody was listening. And you have not seen the person up to today again. The person just walked up to me and said, Pachoji, Asante Bedie to number. Na friend. Na kachen say open appointment with the president. Me gidi say ebefa. Aden. Say o super so who president. Na me say I. Nti mama Bedie to number. Your friend was saying he won't give me his name, blah, blah. But there's a God. Asante Bedie to na say oyare. We pray that. Now, I just sent him a text from there introducing myself because now I need the number and why I want to see the president. Within 48 hours, Asante Bedito got back to me that he has booked an appointment with the president. The president says, I'm telling this story today vividly. I've said this several times, but I'm giving the most vivid account today. That the president says, I can come one evening at 6 p.m. By 5 hours there, of course. I sat there. 6 Sadatu, the president's secretary. Is that not her name?
Yeah, Sadatu, yeah.
So I'm not lying.
Yeah.
Came and ushered me into the president's office. Immediately I got in, Sadatu left. So it was now me and the president of the republic. They cheated you, eh? They cheated you at the Congress.
They cheated you at the Congress.
I said, you get here. Jomama. They cheated you. Oh, I'm 7.
President is here, no?
I'm telling you. Anyway, sit down. Welcome. This is my office. You know, you're welcome. You can anytime you can come. This is for Ghanaians. You know. How are you? I said, I'm fine, sir. So what can I do for you? What can I do for you?
Okay.
I'm saying, Mr. President, all I want you to do for me is to build Asumdwe Park. And you say what? I'm saying, sir, now the president gives you a blank check and says, what can I do for you?
That's a blank check.
I should be asking for a V8, a diplomatic passport, oil block, yes, sir. Massa. Everything. The man says, what can I do for you? Amofa, I said, Asumdwe Park. Me Highlander. And Nekramino Kasanura. But said 2 months near Fita B or Oyarifa. And Nura of Rem is a or compare part B Wabusukaya. Onya part in to me and Tonsa part keke. And just a whole engine block. And here 50,000, 60,000. Make funny. So the car is on stones at Oyarifa here somewhere, mechanic shop. But I'm saying that those issues are they're everyday issues. But I could have asked for those things.
Yeah.
But you see, I went to see him because of Asumdwe Park. If I didn't ask for what I went there for, God will not forgive me. And the man I had been seen in my dreams also will not forgive me.
Yeah.
So I put it for him. I said, sir, this was 2020. So check the records. Sir John was buried in 2020. So I said, Mr. President, 2 years from now will be 2022. Whether you like it or not, by the grace of God, you will still be President of the Republic of Ghana. 2022 will be the 10th anniversary
of
President Mills' death. Now, the seat you are sitting on now as president, he sat on it before as president. In the stories that he told me about you and him, Legon Hall, you were mates, you were playing football together. Fifi, I said, so for me, it's about Ghana. I beg you, that place, the way it is, if you don't do anything about it, 2 years from now, when the 10th anniversary comes, whether you like it or not, we will celebrate it. But if we go and celebrate it at that horrible Asumdwe, the disgrace will hit your throne. You are the president. And I can assure you that the president and his people that is John Mahama, who did nothing about Asumdwe Park, they will be the ones who will climb on top of the roof and make the loudest noise that they did it. Utimu ding ding, and I'll buy an Omaha na pro. Koko, you've spoken. Not found a pen. And then a notepad. Say, you see, yeah, 2 penny. Not funny. Is that all? At that point, he became very serious. Is that all? Mr. said, that's why I'm here. Consider it done.
Wow.
Consider it done. And thank you for bringing it to my attention. It will be done. And they said, chief of staff, Yamame from our in the office, Protozwa.
Yeah.
And then I think Mr. Anku, Ken Anku or something. At the day of the sword cutting, 24th July 2020, Koda, Jerry Ahmed Shaib, now your project. So Mame Frima sent Protozwa and Anku from her office. So that's the president being present when the sword was cut. And President Nelson Santu was there. Kofi was there. Now, and that day, I made an open declaration. I'm now going to sit down and cut. And I said before Kofi, back to answer your question, that I'm not worshiping the grave. I said that Kofi, I will be the rock on which your father's legacy will be built. I know what your father meant to me. If out of 25, 26 million Ghanaians at that time, he was able to pick a phone one morning
and call
me personally, Koko, I want you to work for me. And I was, like I've told you, I wasn't unemployed. I was fully employed. Maybe today I would have been one of the big time corporate bank executives. I'm only 53, so I have about 7 more years in the corporate world. I would have been up there, maybe working towards Bank of Ghana governor, whatever. But you know, when a man calls you into service, loyally so, you have no option but to be loyal to him. My problem with people is that they try to recruit me against my own boss, and I said, no way. That's the problem. Let's recruit him against his own boss. And I say, me, recruit me against the man who has given me the opportunity to serve in this high office. Are you both sick? What do you want? And so I refuse to be recruited by anybody to undermine Mills. Those who undermine him, that is their business. Then again, the same Jesus who called Paul, Thomas, Bartholomew, Luke, and co. is the same Jesus who called Judas. Am I lying?
You are right.
Same Jesus.
Yeah.
So if I choose to be a Peter, the rock on which President Moses' legacy will be built, and others decide to be Judas Iscariot, let them go and hang. Let them go and chase their 30 shekels of silver, but they won't be able to chop it.
Kogu.
I'm telling you. So Nanado built the place. Then the painful aspect of it, but they didn't expect that it to be built. So 2020, you're starting. 21, Nyama Kosu, or Nabon or Sumfun. Then they have some of their radio friends. Oh, you don't know, and then who was some Jopak. I see one or two, and no problem. As in Nehemiah, when he was rebuilding the broken down walls of Jerusalem, and Asambalat need to buy us. No more strain on. It was going on. There's nothing happening today that hasn't happened before. We are new actors reading old scripts. So 2022 suddenly said around rainy season, March, April, and then ensuing from maybe boy. It is scaffolding, you know, a year. That's when they saw what was going on at Asumdwe Park. Suddenly, that's when they hurriedly went to form this Atamil's BB Heritage. That single purpose company.
Yeah.
My brother, Sami Atamils. Then, at the time that the contractor was removing the cardboard, the metal thing, the stones, not choco. Every tomb, also. That tomb is bomb-proof. People, maybe I shouldn't have said it, but it's bomb-proof. Nobody can just go and dig it. So when they were removing that covering to now create what they have created, this beautiful one, then Samuel Atamils, President Mills' brother, KEAMP, and in Neil and Van der Poy, and your bomb pass on a press conference. Say, me mako tufunu.
Yeah.
And na Ghana, koto rob, you know, koto rob. Ewa Ghana, Mali, Bibia no mo fire no mo de show me ni ase. Samuel Atamils ni lante no mo so musu. Se kwa nyi do akotu president Mills funu adwane. And no mo TV so my press conference. And no musu, and no mo him. Kwa nyi do has. All to suit the interest of all to suit the interest of John Mahama. All for John Mahama to be happy, because that's what John Mahama wants. Because he didn't do it. So why is Koku going to beg Nanado to do it? And it's being done, and it's going to be commissioned. Then they now send a delegation to Flagstaff House. I'm telling you this story, to go and meet the president and tell him that they have a problem with me. So the president shouldn't come and commission the project. Now, Obe Commissioner, me meji enyonyam, ama Mahama Nima Guasintima president and commission. And from my Flagstaff House sources, the president listened to them. When they left, then he called Asante Bedie to write to Koku officially, tell him that I'll be there to commission. And that's on the way back. I'm telling you. And that he told them that the man came to me when I asked him what he wanted. He didn't ask for a peswa for himself. He asked that the place be constructed in the name of Ghana. And you think that I will betray him and not go and commission something that my own government has constructed because you people have a problem with him? The nation doesn't have a problem with him. You have a problem with him. And those of you remember Nanado's speech that day, 24th July 2022. He said it, that he has no interest in any conflict in the NDC.
Yes, he said it.
Yeah. And that Koku Anyido and that Thomas Institute came to him, and the reason for which this thing has been done. So these crops of people who are busy worshipping themselves, they don't want to give glory to anybody. It's about one man and what he wants, his personal selfish interest. I say, I refuse to be part of that cult. Let me be a Ghanaian. Let me serve my God and my country to the best of my ability.
Kogu, thanks for coming.
Thank you too.
Okay. .1 a boiling point the free Madina Zongo Junction Accra one Ekremu Ash FM Kumasi Nap Radio asemfo su Kansas City abusuano eno your guest Udikai Urakoko Enyido ho na yete nka no onuma aka so atnas enche na afedi aka ni nyina no yede ebreo na bibia tumi aye kama Kwagungadia before so honorable Ike Betnas no boko there. Okay. Uti roko kwa nyido ho.
Tie no pa.
Okay.
Nsem o kan twa to no. Basically na eno ntina enne me ba ha.
Okay.
Pa se ne aban aye e wo voter region.
Okay. Well, a Votarian.
Yes.
Okay, sure. Which part of voter?
If we two sides if main voter and uti.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
When you pass ye nyina se membu a yewo sa mantem no ye be de ya ho de be tai Dr. Mahmoud Baomi
Echi
na edwuma pa o ma sha ase eye no voter ne uti no utimi abeto aso se na ye bra koku kan no is a kind of opeso county neoma akoso within this short period or
voter region
it's idea was say ye ne je ho pa eno nze eneme ba no na nhyehyɛ ne sɛ ye pese ya ye wo nkan ha se no ye kɔ yichi na ye kɔ boa na campaign a ye kɔ so no enyina ye de ye ho akɔgye na ya ka ne eye a aban aye no e kyerɛ amanfo e wo ho na abato no yitimi to no kɛse pa
what to about my NDC da
1995 so I was in school by then Bishop Herman
okay
into somewhere in there na issue pa
boys into no
yes
o papa kwa o kan bi
yes into that time no to aba na you school mo na abato no course in December at the time so
okay
mind this
you remember voter region said they work no ensema hodo a ekoso ho ne mpuntu a ekoso but ono abo ai kakwa ba
yeah me there
boko there
yeah me ado
okay kafra so wa hwero papa kafra ono abo ai kene papa free mu em say yawada na be 1 week no ho
yawada be 1 week
and be 1 week asante aguna we are papa free mu na still a party nti wo ha sabe
committed to the cause
yeah that's a pass otukwan so oba bedu ya quickly baba say say otumi ba be boa ema accommodate o tie koku
me tie koku pa ofa if there's one Ghanaian watch they say we are very dedicated, committed and loyal to a cause. You cannot take out Kwaku Enyidoho. I am more than convinced say baby yem papa atamels will be or that. If we say listening to Kwaku Enyidoho, men who say we have Ghanaians almost commitment and Kwaku embodies that. Yeah? From afar, but when you listen from the horse's own mouth, it tells me and it gives me encouragement. Say, we have good men and women in this country, and Kwaku is one of them.
I see.
I think that I was a Ghana for etie near Kwaku Enyidoho. Ekan. I read from his X and what we call
X and X and Twitter can you get Twitter to say I call X
Twitter. X. I follow him a lot. Now everything he says is on point. Everything he says is on point. I am say Ghana for must look at John Dramani Mahama, His Excellency former president, again. The man wants to deceive Ghanaians into thinking, say, he has something for Ghanaians. But to be very honest with you, Obi oye Ghana ni biya wo krom ha enimu say John Dramani Mahama, ex-president, has so far not said anything. What demonstrator said or some baby man. Obetumi ababe ye bibi papa bi ama o my Ghana. Enti me eyem nwanwa say still ye wo ye nuanom Ghana fo bi a ye no yodum. But I am very much convinced say His Excellency Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia will win this election. Yeah? Politics is all about contest of ideas. Now utie Kwaku Enyidoho a and yes, John Dramani Mahama on time no mum and near me beer. Yen Papa John Dramani Mahama aye. And na se oshe the hypocrisy odi ene ejina mu te se de oye holier than thou. Amofa, just last week I overheard Yera John Dramani Mahama and making fun of all pastors, all religious leaders, all Muslimin leaders, all your friend is saying Nananum Abusufo and the rest. The problem is saying, Ediana Baumia, baby obeko bia, we say a bompire mano, baby obeko bia, we say Yamin Shrao, Ghana for Ebetu Abama. Was say such a useless party. Yes, I know, okay. A bunny saying na Obia, one money whom modern Ghana a software, and to paraphrase, and shushu and nimu ebinum nyachum. Omo pese, baby about Biabeko Bia Yadi and Sagunuso. Only for him to organize the same pastors or not. Sabia pia for Sabia could on top. Any woman nima chichi form. Ghana so for no. You were men of God womu pa, and I believe it. But for John Dramani Mahama, ex-president, to have said what he said, and for him to have turned back, this time there, he knelt down for Asofo Numubi, Edi and say Gunoso, say. I oye nyameba no baba be your mind ye entino ye bompa yamano to the extent that osofo baako e ka kire your friend is saying Sam George said during prayers no say no ohu ye na ono Sam George no enka nia onyame aka kire no. Then I said to myself, what is going on here? What are we doing to ourselves? Bible no say onyame yense no atwetwe na ne nipa guo no enua no betwa.
Honorable like say Ora Mahama betumi awoni aba just MPP for kaso monkoto.
And I'm telling you here from what has happened NPP ni bia why wadwin say won to aba no. Misro sesa wadwene. Kone koto aba no. Nipa nyanyame Onyamin kuton wonim near abawe obewe ne me gidi kira me say Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia inshallah will win this election. Forget about
one baby one will be a insuo to a edua one year be the watcher brother.
Yo
the wire no na campaign no yo one dey kwada nkompe ejo Mahama ne nam ho na mo musa gunu so na aya battle 2016 and I do a Jumadin or yes, and a man win is a vote no.
Abano try
pepe
unkodia e bro na unkotwa e bon.
Oh, be a owning bobo akwaje adura hu boboda. And a bompa ya man hu boboda.
Oni nam na enyum beat and eja ye ba no ogina ho no osa. Ofi say no na Ghana here. This is not what Ghana needs to. Ghana here obia na dwene mu do or what ideas obetimi a share amanfo and now Omanfm ni nyina buy into those ideas and no na papa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia oil and he's selling his message. What message are you selling to the people, the good people of this country? Yera John Dramani Mahama, what message? And no near petty no and no tina yeah and no tina yeah papa Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia say so would you who dear bra
come for debate.
What you who dear bra
come for debate.
Up to now there is no man in NDC what me to John Dramani Mahama say ko na ko yes a debate no na kire say ba wo be wo di bibi foforo den eba. What has John Dramani Mahama said so far? What the policy to her on one kasakura won't me
enjrem
now say me I committee hey me ko to abama obi a won't me nchire on one policy mu. Somebody should come and explain to me what 24-hour economy means. I just came from Canada. I went to the US. Oman. When you talk about 24-hour economy, and yet an answer now, John Dramani and Crawford,
okay, you went to
your friend is saying,
you went to the US, or you have been so cocky G when he point home crab my mind.
Oh no, you call what we call City Managers Conference.
Okay.
Mayors of American city managers, no, a conference, and now almost share ideas, acquire a faso, and they build the cities. To more or less a year addition idea,
okay.
A boam, oko wanimno, a near papa ya ye, a war. Other cities are aboama mo tumpono. Also so betting me a yebi, a dear boa woman to me dear. I've learned a lot.
Now Kobe.
Oh, head of service.
Okay.
And what they say, a friend ICMA.
Okay.
Powerful conference. And I'm GD say we a leader now. We are exposed to some of these conferences. A boama also build the capacity to be able to help your community.
Sure.
A honey friend 24-hour economy. Yeah, these systems. They said systems work. Now when you presidential candidate, kakran or din shisheye any niyama egu akwan so said the Ghana automatically the systems will be working for us. What did you okay? What say?
Yes.
And no Dimirika, HLC, your friend is saying, a man for Okoba, na yireti ho no hwe ni din. Was wouldn't be me wo app. E wo me phone so. Bema fa mame na mintuama na yentimi nyansuo. No cry them so onyi ni. Ode ma no ape oba no e boy papa. What you ensure the next minute ensure no yede eba. This is what Dr. Mahmoud Baumia is talking about. Systems are working. Now so umpewe now the beka ko jira eyezu anytime on beka eyezu bia de to so bia ene mo amunim wo de opa market tie anytime omo kasa no ka eyezu pe
de to so
bia me de baka o ya mo fa mu ache.
Yes, also be anya papa.
We should learn how to let systems work. And that is Dr. Mahmoud Baumia for you. There's a ho na ye nyina ye sorry a ye say abrochire okoha niema eye adwuma your friend saying wo kase wo peso ye say na systems no adere to ye say papa bibia ekoso kama na ye pese ye building the same here wo say there be open there Obama discotheque any nightclub 24 hours ye money ye nananom na John Dramani Mahama ni NDC person almost say won keke vision wo form
enye
na wo be jam mani so no aka cham say wo ba obema ye mrante ne mamba adwuma na adwuma no ni adwuma kro enkokon kete no say oya no aton kosua no kakra now the sika no abona ta so say now the obotum and you tell me that this is the vision for this country. We are not joking here. We need to be serious. Me, I will vote for Dr. Mahmoud Baumia anytime, any day. Not because of anything, but because of his ideas. Me pe obia otimi ede ochese odwene niema ho solving problems. Uye leader, you must be able to solve problems. And that's what I believe in. And that is what Dr. Mahmoud Baumia stands for. Or say Ghana for complaining say port duties are omutuano enyina faako da bia create problems me no mienu na fie ha ya ba ha ya hu say association your friend is saying uniwon da bia omo betena ha e complaining yes Dr. Baumia omo friend no e call your friend is saying meeting me boa
yes
na omo call meeting no ena omo here sem eto nanim the next time all be reading your friend is saying major speech on the 7th of February, I think. Now, what the idea say, there's going to be your friend say flat rate. Port. This is a leader who is thinking. A person will solve problems.
I see a friend minim Demetria.
I
see a friend minim Demetria and can't you minim Demetria?
Yes.
Minim Demetria.
The can say, who ye leader? I was say, utimi here now solve problems. Any leader that is unable to solve a problem, no, unye leader, forget it. Forget it. Or say, Oba, over 1 million Ghanaian youth, Obe training one, ICT. Now only BB, and now ko baby and kwada and the team design robotics. That's the direction.
What the echo?
What the echo? Oh say. Mintina ho na or the saying your friend said John Dramani Mahama ba Nancy Grady or say a diempo me ba second tertiary school for no university students no
first year
metua your friend is saying almost fee no cry a component of the entire fee so yes ni nyina mpo no otua just a component almost fee near almost 4,000 they also between about 500 depending on school crow now what be catch them say earlier on bibi ye free bia enye sir were we not told that now what be catch them say bibi ye free bia enya now who ni pakro ya wasan da no ho abase say the who free na na untua ni nyina utua first year we any first year the anywhere the second year the third year and the fourth year no akwara ron confess ka no ohiri
jo ahome me ton ade aba na afi ya ba
Ghana former mo John Dramani Mahama e me dada obia say yetwa mu adada bie no ye ni da ho papa
ya tra ho
amofa me ra ho so mami mani apre
enye den akra ye be
Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia inshallah will win this election.
That's it.
Hard work.
Not
deception.
Until I call one channel.
Dabi. Na me ntimi nche. Because I was said, oh yeah, Juma. I believe in hard work. Obi onimi okofo de bia. So onimi e di am different.
Yeah.
E di different okofo de Juma.
Juma.
I believe in hard work. You know who yeah, Juma. Let your work speak for you. Sapepepe and I may believe in.
But as my uncle na Kwaungatia, Volta region said na wokano, Mabuna mo person moboa, my doctor Maumia, Ewene, Mamimra ho, Ediana Mohunu.
Yo, Metwasono, my Medica and chair, me PC, Tema Central, Charles Forsen, and the executives in say, Omunshed say, Abatono, Charles Forsen. Oda number 1 sene Dr. Bawumia da number 1 na nkunimdie ne de yeah meto aso no sene yebra koku kan no opese o measure developments akoso in this Nana Akufo-Addo any Dr. Bawumia amabuemu you can see say there's been a very large development progress akoso ewo Volta region any uti this eastern corridor kwan okan wasemi kwan na me faso da for so many years and it got to a time na yempese yebeko yekrom krabium because of ekwan but recently she said the hours a obedi wo kwan no so no
usimu a ona okono and even from just second held no more ni mo nyina no oma ni nyina oma ya kama say aka between the Central Kofi any hohwe e was a complete and nonte na ye pese ye ne enuanom kasa say this is not a time for us to look back. Let's move on with Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Kasa no utimeka
Mitimeka
kozo
Tamebe no vinyo no ke ya nanado play Dr. Baumia o wanamile voter play ti. Ya dobe mi akana Dr. Mahmudu Baumia aba du president na dokeya ojegome wa ten awuno na voter region play ti region never was one of the best regions in Ghana. Nemi na Dr. Mahmudu Baumia emomi aten ajra voter region do me akpo a lot of schools abe ekeya me kpo le UHC a lot will come up ya me an of you are no voter play oti I school I university me awodo le voter fimi and a voter region play oti region che I develop abe ele other regions develop it me da vote na Dr. Mahmudu Baumia on the 7th of December ele number 1 we shouldn't joke with it. Yes. Number one. Ta me wa pede nyewunye na me dako na Dr. Mahmudu Baumia.
Okay. But mami muso away. There na anyone voter region NDC. Ukofia o se dey.
Yes. Enro nkwa na me ne minua ba ko edi nkomo.
Okay.
Efa nhehye anka me wo se me ko back akoye no. Na utimu se still no form easy.
Okay.
But with the good things air kosono, we cannot keep silent. I will say about out. Na ema yenuanu nyina hu say e kwan paso na ye nam say ye di Dr. Mahmudu Baumia echia. Or the yemeko enim. Na me be say me dey kan say we emrenu ndu ye kra say e be san echi. Why am I saying this? O share around us West Africa here. The kind of leaders are these countries, what the person we need in Ghana now to lead us?
Dr. Baumia.
Dr. Baumia.
Okay.
For us to be very competitive with what is happening in these francophone countries, these young men are taking over. You can see that we don't need to go back on anything. Yes, we need to focus with Dr. Baumia so that so that we will not be left behind. Because
young guys now mo try no
yes,
your continent mo
man saying this Senegal president here Omo Tuamani ni owo Burkina Faso and all they are changing things just like Mahmudu Baumia otai nanado ichia wayeno. Na so no benya akwanya na. I believe that Ghana will be placed on the pedestal. I will say Ghana echo.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. 107.1 Suni aha ya Omanfm boiling point ye the bro from Madina Zongo Junction Accra na Enya Koko Nketia one of the communicators at the New Patriotic Party and yete se ono nso de na no asem tudwa fania e wo voter region ho na me ko bi man kan bi odi je mami ti o kakra na me ni honorable ayika kwa ko wie yes mami ti o kakra once wanya ba no de na che se
oh yeah
odi ngati aba na o se o ka bibi kakra
next week de no ma shada ba yi
sa e de o be so mi twem
we dey akwa dey say o hwe Elijah na Elisha Emra Elijah ekono odi ni musuo egu Elisha so the double portion of his spirit went to Elisha and Elisha no more ye nyina no na broso imposing the boss exactly that is what is going to happen in Baumia's time.
So Baumia be dia
masa me Baumia me huni free 2012 ana minya nkopon am somo no kra san ka kire me se emre bi ba amofa me frɛ wo ha na me ka kire wo me frɛ wo program so ana me se nyankopon se obedum joma meja 2 candles joma ma de dumye ana ba wo me ade esoye me ka ma tro de ato na one day be hu se ye nyina anya yesum nyame yi ba anya eyi obi kan se yi Bempanko ana odukorade ho. Isi.
Ozo bempa.
I'm over with me GD am wo Radim ni Baumia. Me say Baumia nya less than 51.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Onya less than 51%.
Okay.
Baumia.
Ogusu oye adwuma papa. Oye adwuma to say the opposition.
You see,
Pa.
one thing about this young man, they say, penasem kura hu na be penasem. Because the man is so lovely. Compare him to your mama. Your mama baba ka so bi ene ne kontokwa. Hwe na me wunum say o kan say I say NDC for na ye we a MPP for so ninti no omo NDC for na wi ni ya tesi a omo kaka your mama person ka kire Ghana for say ye nyina yesia pro ye kaka intimi kasa. How can a leader, the one who wants to be a president, govern this state, tell us say just ye no mo apro intimi kasa na omo a omuti om ya so omuntimi kasa nyina NDC ba omko akoto paracetamol nom. I mean, so I don't see him to be a leader. I don't see him to be a leader. Masa, okojina eyeza wawie. Na one thing I'm pesa me kachire me nuanom MPP for. Ne say, enuanom emfan once na ho bufuo enkobre ukru. Yakofa owura owusu bempa. Ono ana say never nyankopon emajo mama ni ade biem. And that and I know you see MPP for being in a contact in Yanko Answer Adwin. Ya book baby say, I can't so run Mahama only community view. Now, one pie to say the Akran Yanko Ponti. None she four crossing. Yantin Tesu on to form and some fair catch my day. Encofa. In the yam ponipa. Mpoyasi Yantin Tesu on to form fair catch mancofa. The Yanko Pon obetin Tesu form. No as I nekete makofa ento no ogu oni ne nyankopon kro na osomo no nanso mo ankoto aba ne de obaweni e de ntina me ba me nua me before no so wonim bro ana no na me ye ahwehwemu bi ne nkyerɛkyerɛ bi kyerɛ nkrofo bi na me bisa om se de bia ye sori a oh and this for the call ya oh chalon do ye word ma benya ba bia jo bi ka awode hye wo se de wo ye do and ka wo ba de stand ka wo ye MC ka wo ye say now we see na this for the man am so okay. Yenhwe baby a NDC for e win elections. What do pare? Baby a ohia e ho pa na e ho na NDC for e win elections. And assuming say NDC for the mbom your members here, ade na members egu ohiem. Amofa. Kovota region. Bra Coastal Belt no. Aho kire pa ekum koto eto ne bon so no e ho na ewo. Da sa nkrofo no so na NDC for eden. De bia mo for na nim de omoko because me be atwam ya friends NDC for certain vanda poemu no mo sorry a omo ko agugurusia baba jama omo ko agugurusia no omo ye no ma ko pack omo ka obabi no ma ro matade no ma shatade fin e de akọ because ko no ye pe
communist inferior tactics
anya di papa bia na
inferior tactics
me no ye pe hwewem de omo ye tu no yes hwe de baby a betimi akase asikafo kakra tete no MPP for winning nyina e di adentina wo ye Ghana na apaso de otena hiem wo de bia nto de obetena ho na be du abato so oh onabo no ama 10 6 ama 26 hwe na anu yi a omo so omo ye demonstration what's that Abranti was say I'm a driver, I'm not a man of them. Now what tambo kakraka what they are who said they would dear chile any nana never so be any so who was here to about not your mamma ya or no free secondary school bar obey any year and obey a review now no uncle focus and the back and must have benefited from free secondary school no says I felt secondary school no woman find a macram it is your mama he doesn't respect any of us so I was wondering why the credits were there. I mean, putting their hands on him.
Former president is also.
Master. Former president. So what?
Also, so for
Seba Akufuado. And the coca say Ghana for kaka into Muntimin Kasa. And Gadaban and Kibisi. Akufuado and the coca say Ghana for Nkasa. Now, no, I bet Nazi a fade on better paracetamol, Benyas cataparacetama. Can I not catch him? And make catch on there. Or more play my view. More aggressive for no, make catch a mutia. Omo pemo asem a jo mama bedi so de no ye maamo ye nuanom ba o me aba ya osni nuanom no wa pe ba bia ma wo mo se mo mra mo ntimi nso ano ma de bia sa Your mama can sing me. So back here, move from so the why and a queenie crackama.
Or said ye?
What say? Ye, I'm not Professor Amos Boni Dino. Professor Amos or no as I bet I say, and God own wisdom, and he killed them at Amos for me to come and for me to succeed him. No, well, wow, boss, what Nabanyangupuyan Semunukuno, and was it baby denied. I'm not prepared bone, this on my running mates now. Your mama, some of the kind of bar about say. Say, I know who Ninian no for me a kaya, no more soon your massa. That be Yano, none soon move. I mean, so this has him with 2 honor, but Feminiam not Nazibi. Just your mamma, I feel any idea. Or buy Yano, or my much now, Guccio, or my much now, Zongo areas, one semi development at your mamma the bar. Bibi uncle, and the man now, hey, me, Minia. My main cousin will enjoy. My cousin, I'm not able to Saturn Samioku, any hopes. Yeah, better hopes in Nessamio air vie for one position. Hopes in Madame Samioku and Madame for. Hopes in Fred Penny be catcher and say, or pursue you me. Now, Mamma taking care of so many things. The member, men watching my offer watching my catcher. Or discuss me now, Bamo. Ye jina no ka jense me Samia Oku e dina say na me yase Samia Oku me frɛ na wonfa be ka che say Samia Oku ne me maame mpo contest ya meto ama Samia Oku ko minimini pesu awoye e ti say na mpesa me ka che Ghana mabunu say wo de ya wo ne say obetena ho o ma t-shirt sha na o ma aduane adi kakra de obedi na de bia they will continue to rule you people no mbe rule ama wo ma abesom wo ama wo nananom abesom wo MPP for say East Legon. Ya mo East Legon am obia no ya build East Legon that need to so. Ya say for East Legon. Obia bet me occupy hobi. MPP say about me ura about me say obia bet me ko university. Ba me say obia bet me CEO. Obia bet me boss. And then tnase na ba bia out no fifi ko temo ma na be kan na pem asem ope wasem no e no ye dem awo. Bible kwa say Jidia enyumanim no ejidi hum wokọ Nigeria if you say you love me do something now so e dey na kese ode do ba o me kaso odo wa adansi now do something now make us see now na love akochop ba o me ado kaso odo wa owo nyina so bebre because se wumpo na wapa ho no antimi anko free secondary school na wo fa asibia kobi unua bia kobi in fact bro me catch you say eni kwanse na nka ba o me mpo e campaign Osha said the systems about me put in place. And now wouldn't say register what was asking for without Ghana card. No, you can't do it. You can't do it. Yeah. You can't. Yeah. And look at all this. Say ya bedru baby. Ghana abeka krebu o minsem. Be fa Ghana card to minsemwa. Ghana baby ekutamo ha. Me Ghana card. Me fun ye kutamin. Me biema say Ghana metumi akoba baby. You know, unless say you don't want to face the fact. And the master Mabuno and MPP for no sebi. I'm of a can't or say NDC baby near na MPP for Uncle Twaba. Share. Say would tear me. Yeah, now we have a story to tell. Now so a sorry cry a corner and yet dako and yango point ya de mine. Obi ba na set me Canadian obi shin sabe Canadian chire mesraw enkoto ba na nkune that the best party betimi govern country ama country etime free aduma kwadum MPP nyankopon appoint ba wo mea se omra no medi akufo ade no amfa Ghana nko si bosha sase ne so edu hwe ba wo mea nhye nyina a wo ya babunu a wona wonya a lot from ba wo mea amamu eni mabunu mesramo MPP for Mon sorry waka. Na mo last week na me kan. Me say NDC for be kwa cancer. Yanka MPP for. Why not na into one say Eastern region ma ankoto. Ashanti region mo so ate. Mo so ate. Omba science propaganda no against ye. Mo ma yan sorry odo a ye nyama na nado. Sa atem na nado kreba no. Na de na nado aye ntie nya asa odo no ma no ni gidin. Na nado for secondary school bia ma onye hwia de kan say me fit sa dem minister as you gidia ye nyagia na nado achi momfa sa gidie no MPP for me sremo na maame amabuzia moda omadaka mramu a ara mponsa moda omadaka mramu a dombo moda omadaka mramu omba se de omoye no omanya nto angu ebi ma bo ekwan ato ho. This is your time. You must set the record. Ubetimi akasa do nsa si ubu se meka ho ne de ba omya betena akonwa ne so mesra omna no so a nyankopon adi kan ba omya dada ma bi ne ka che boso wa betu oti aba omya na wotu oti nyankopon nyankopon will ne ba omya enti se wo wankoto abai ne abubo wie ne ka se NDC awini a wo de be yi na de twa to akwa na bro de twa to akwa na mesra papa wo so wo ha bi MC, right?
Yes.
Messi mo. Baby, I do no. Enya afe na the right thing must be done. Now mom tonton ade o kwan ho na abayefo o che om se si ame na o kase oko Greater Accra Central abaye koso den ya chima bi wo hogo kaka se an muran ba wo yana na ti enchim oko na du airport junction mo se omom tonton ade wo ho pa na no yedu ye hu se enkofo bi kutekuta ma wo ho sa ankola nyoma pomom nyina afiro masa mesera mu sa ankofo ni nyina omoto aba wo moto aba enti anya semra na anya adwuma mesera mu yento aba ni nwie ne nyai de bia sa ne ya nya ma ndisifo akohye credit kuma fuo bi ne enkofo mi se unya hwe se aka 3 days ne beto aba da Ghana fo atena se aka 3 days ne yeto aba afi ne se yenko cheche galamse fuo nyina omka se sebe na adu party no enya ne dia o yeto aba man so bedi animu endo akontabuo bu kire yen na me amemeti as na ya boodi odehye no menya sure se me support se yenye galamse ense wo man no na ansoso yentena se ema na adu nkofa police fo na soldier fo nkoche wo na NDC fo afa kire boko aka chem mo hu ye ba ebe yi wo mu nyina anopa wo kan asem bi anase nra wo se wo mu a omye galamse no ene wo mu omote sa community no hwa mo na do so
Yes.
eni so mo ye galamse no so mo ya bone dia na se kromo fo ne mpe wo mu a go se nko to abani tia NDC na ka MPP wini but they voted against MPP and it's sabi
Roman na do so
wonim me krom papa bi wo ho ne efe ne kwa apia so na no wo we ahwede a o starting with every nkon to ba wi aba nyama vote na o ye do ase no kwa me mambe wi anu atwa de ama to what don't say no oya di nkwasi asem the one day amamfo duru ho no o we do ase kwa apia na enwa na o we ahwede a na o we afiri nkon na aba na bi use anu atwa ase de ama enani hobiem o ba wi asro na da hokokofa enesi asia pese ye dialogue so obi anya sa no be mesre omo NDC formra do mama metenase asiedu nkatia metenase yenso so ye general secretary ne ye chairman metenase omu nyina ntenase ne nyina ye nkase ye ne ahemfu ye nyina ne achi ya bom na emom ye mana na adu nkogina nkase okocheche nkrofo ne ato aba de atia yen because see ye lose saba we are ye disappointed Ghanaians and we will not allow this thing to happen.
Madam say audition mama Tom ade kwekwa na fi enche be kwa homa no so na wonom nso a wo mo abontene amakwan amom nso TAB Awos Unisex Boutique awoye mo adwanwumre iboko de na manyane ntiese original bags no dodo no aba shoes aba belt aba emane mema de na 30% discount no koso oh okay slippers ahodo aba polo t-shirts eniema no koyie papa shoes bags enkwala niema ye awo de okwa untimi mpie wo niema na efe wo hwese de eniema egu ho ene awofo akoho eto a ne hia se won so utimi ko bi jolu wo mo ene First Atlantic Bank no na ehwe ni mum Airport Terminal 3 on sabe come East Legon so shiashi Boundary Road eho on sa ebe come sanso ena tesano wo mo police depot no echi me de bia de me kan se ye kan se wi a ene nyame adom wo mo outlet ne bebre aba be kan nti de obe ne se obe phone numbers no na afi wa frɛ baby a wo Ghana ha bia no obesa wo emfa ne ma no mre ode bebro obe manager yi abai na waje silpes kama waje mema nika ibi na obelt boso wafra ontuma ya ne fe ye kama pa 0244649379 0244649379 49379 02446 49379 Shannon son. Na bomodin se ubefre awo unisex boutique wo Emma onso niema ohwe no nsa entimenka wo pe baabi atena Salem real estate for Adaroma ye wo 2 bedroom 3 bedroom be ho spacious ubenya baabi apake wo car environment na dey I tell you kama papa fre na ewadenta dodo wakwan so once say dey Adaroma kwan ye enti ehu bia enim 0266 614953 0266 614953 Mr. Fresalem for ope baby atena no Miss Frewomo we agent asembie nim ebo no so wo form 0266 614 953 na enwomo enkomodie no entime enkoso health insurance on register ya ko register de o register wie pe ne aka ne se ewu a na wa renew star 929 hash o follow instructions na wa renew wanya mfie aduoso ekra o de hospital a free health insurance for ne providers ka said the ora mahama ekeka no health insurance na ene akoyie papa yare ba ya na ahwe wo maame wo papa register bi ma no asem bi eni ho osika hye obotom aban papa ena eboa MPP ba ya na do ba yi na 1.2 billion Ghana cedis ka ena ora John Mahama eja ho na mo de mo miensa nkofa no mra oko beja ene double ye hwa de ahwe na sa bra president kofo do ma eja ho mo no na bibie ni ho aye o haw nanso omugya ka ahodo bebre no omudi go for health insurance for penny for 0544 446 447 0544 446 447 na any health insurance penny for nkomodie no nso entime enkoso wonu me ma yedura ano ennam pa givers oye bema wo hia givers power capsules oye obanso a wadi tua sa nupai eboa wo titru wonu heba mixture no eboa wo papa behu se malaria ne ade nyina no na afri ho eboa amo ahoɔden atumi aba na de da bia meka ho asɛm cool capsules no kure ni onipa bia yare ehya ase afri ne yam sɛ oyam funu no mu da hɔ na sɛ niema ewo mu anya papa ne nyina ba bɛsen abehu sɛ kokoni hɔ a organs aka ye wa nsa ne ade ni nyina nso no mo ma ahoɔden behu sɛ ade kye a utumi kɔ na wakɔ aba bibiduro krogin Food and Drugs Authority agye atomtimi srewa wɔmɔden sɛ malaria nti wobɛpɛ herbal mixture ni bi na koko nti wanya cool capsules ni bi bo hu sɛ wahoɔden no ɛwɔ soro ya ye ton ro nyina akɔ awon sabe kan 0543 222 470 0543 222 470 eba fuel ho asɛm a you know the deal goel aw fuel na sɛ wonkɔ goel enkoto 95 ni bia unhu ɛno to a ensada ewom saa wo hu sɛ so atia kakra bi na odi bi aguso ne papenti wobɛkɔ no na bi aka so wo kakra 2 minutes na ya serve wo na wokɔ no gold de yankasa ye dia wonom so eboa yen ama yetumi atena ase aboy yen ho ban Franco Trading Enterprise misrel phones na wo pɛ TV na wo pɛ air condition na wo pɛ your momo pay code ne wo bia no just call Franco 0558 106 241 0558 106 241 all right my who say amanfo ahya say omo efre na we dey ansa na memo ma baso no mami nti o kakra ansa galamse nsa mi ni organize labor omo call strike aban ban galamse just state of emergency nsem no ano hihyehi sabre ekoto abani economy mami nti o kakra wo
yo ofaya medase meka we hwe Ghana for moma yen nyina ye ma ye ni na ho Ghana ni bia ni ho a obeka se opese galamse semu a amaye nsuo adane se coffee no obeka se ye ne de mi ameti hei enye me de Ghana ni bia mpesa ne mom hwe ofaya senka ye fidie ya wo siso a wo dane fidie nke ye TV a ka meka se bo 2020 yera John Dramani Mahama okogina simpie so mra na all kasa efa galamse hu to the extent that or say nyame ye nadom na nko bae 2020 a enka obia galamse nti yache no akọ prison bia no obegya no no aka kyerɛ sɛ excuse me onko no onko ye na adwuma
obegya so obegya asafo ni obia
obegya obia no aka kyerɛ mabru ni sɛ onko no onko ye na adwuma
yes obemo amnesty
mi anka sɛ menu akwaku bu ahe
yes
mi ni chia wo network baako so ɔne yɛwura Tony Obin ɛkɔ baby a yɛtu galamsey a wotumi sɛ ɔma sɛn sase no ɔka kyerɛ wɔn sɛ Tony Obin na John Dramani ba
ɔde hɔ ama no
ɔde friend say
nsase e wokroma nyina ama no
nsase e wokrom nyina kyɛ ne sa ɛno nti ɔno na ɛkɔ akɔtena hɔ na ɔhyɛ wɔn bɔ sɛ ɔmo kɔ no ɔmo kɔ yɛ wɔn adwuma sɛ ɔmo to abama NDC a ɔmo ba ɔmo bɛma kwan kɔ ne kɔ saa asase no ne tu yɛ ne pɛkyɛɛ. Now if you have a party the leaders any party flag bearer no ejina simpie su kasa ansem wei nenne ukɔhyɛ group bi kutupa echi sɛ onko demonstration efiri sɛ yensuo ayɛ pika then I have a problem. Enuti organized labor minyi ni sɛ organized labor bɛma ɔmo ho kwan ama NDC foɔ ayusu wɔn. I support fully the call say yenhwe ne yensuo enyina eni nte. Nemom say NDC a omo Frank Atuni ejina simpie so NDC a omo director of assistant director of communications at the time Kwaku Buahe ejina ho ehwepew Ghana for emaburu ni ebogi ne so eka kire won se omo kwa omo konkoto ma NDC na omo ba omo beguso am omo kwan am omo yi no they have no right say omo gina ho incite the youth of today se monko street so enkoye demonstration now koye demonstration na wakwa akotam abo ni nua abloko kwan na wakwa akobọ ball ho obi yare ne yɛ de ne ba hospital a wokɔ chusu baabi so a ɛde kɔ da
security zone
hospital straight na the leader of that demonstration yɛbusa no akoa bi kɔ approach baako na ɔka sɛ amanfoɔ ɛyare ebinom wuwu ma yɛn kwan no ɔka wotim asɛm a ɔka yɛ wuwu a na yɛ dɛn na Ghanafoɔ sɛbe mumu bi ɛyɛ mmoa let me na aye day. My goodness. Now what babe ka kire me say onipa we ya oye demonstration no enti wo gini say ono ensuo na ye pikani nti no oye demonstration na anase sika bi a obi piama no ne interest bi and all push
wahihya dwuma
please
wahihya dwuma
organized labor ho mesre mo pa mamma obia nchipin labor tete no se organized labor kan ho a na bebia ayedi but the mu ye idie mu ya ma ye mu bia fi se ehu se John Dramani Mahama ne NDC ehihye mu e na mo pese mu tum futrogu Ghana ni let nobody stampede anybody say ye nyina galam say na ekoso no yempe no ama yensu aye pika no ye beka ho asem dia all parties must come to the table. John Dramani Mahama and the policy on Galamsey emeto he ye ka sa asem we na the vice presidential candidate ye maame no odo so gira baabi what did oka ye omo de omo ba omo beye me who say any media house me who say any union labor leader akogina ho ka say this is the position of NDC and utimumi enka ho asem na for electoral advantage inti mo hyeda mo pese mo chinchim yewra friend said Nana Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo me say I support the call for proper your friend is saying mining na mom ye nyina yemra table no so NDC entu nanum tuo wo ba edie na wo beye MPP emra table no so CPP Ekuyadonko emra no fane policy on mining emetu ho na Ghana for na nhwe all the parties not any one-sided labor union and abegina ho beka say Una otia konya sunti act now, bang. 2020 a president. Ekotu na num chose. Or the presidency. Ebetusono. What happened? The opposition leader went round, canvassed against him, and then voted across all the mining area. Now you see genuinely, you perceive a solve problem there. Then all hands must be on deck.
A few messages now for Yankwa so, and this one says, YAB, the NDC have seen that they have no message. That's the reason why they've taxed Honorable Okuyeto to only expose the so-called scandals. They think that's the only way they can get people to be angry to vote against the MPP. But inshallah, victory will be ours come December 7, 2024. Nana Bujei, thanks. Na a day way by Protozoa says Mahama can never be trusted. Someone who left Achimota for free education in the north and Kwame Nkrumah but hate free SHS in the south. Greediness. Proto, good morning. Walanyo says there is a strong possibility that Dr. Bawumia will win the election hands down together with NSC Okumi as the next member of parliament for Akwetia constituency. Walanyo made us say with your text message. Samson says, good evening, Yao. Kweku, he's referring to Kweku and who said something, and I'm still analyzing it and asking myself a lot of questions. He said they wanted to employ him to undermine his boss, Professor Mills. May his soul rest in peace. Undermine him in what sense can I say about the death of Professor Mills? I'm just asking you, Samson and Ebusa Koku, Anyi the home in Koku, so Sabri Uti, lenti one from Martin Luther Laboni, and he says, Mr. Koku, you are well educated, not like a Siadun Ketia who behaves like fisherman. Over here, fisherman, I had Martin Luther. You should have been with the MPP. If chiefs, imams, and traditionalists pray for Dr. Bawumia, is it wrong or a sin? As complained by John Mahama, you ask. Okay, we also made us say Martin Luther Laboni sent in that one. Okuseku Wadamfa, and he says, why be the so-called road to home has led to the transformation of the UHAS campus and even Ho Township. Honestly, the construction of the road has changed the face of Ho as a regional capital. I never knew Koku Anyidoho gave an input to the construction of such first-class road. Okuseku Wadamfa and also anyway Abebo Koku Anyidoho. So a number of your messages meka do no me pese metumi akan osofo Kwame says tell Koko Anyidoho I congratulate him. I don't know him, but his father knows me very well. He can ask his father who is Fufoi. I would like to meet him one day. Please, you can give him my number to call me if he wants or he will. We every osofo Felix Kwame Fufoi ho. Okay. That's awful. Yeah, that's it. Mami Asi Williams says, wow, Koko really spoken well. So proud of him, honestly. Honesty and loyalty, peace. Yes. Mami Asi Williams sent in that one. David Reduba says, Amidu strikes again. No interesting times ahead. Good evening. Okay, I did enjoy Koko Anyidoho. Minuya Medase with your text message. Nanam Pofo says, kindly ask him his thought about the NDC 24-hour economy. Nanam Pofo, Dachin Bebusa Koko Anyidoho. Mami Ajwa, good evening. Mami Ajwa Bokode, Encheme Biahumano na Onumaka Aba. Ora Solomon Kwe sent in this one. He says, regards to Koko Anyidoho. Who is he blaming for the lawlessness and the bloodshedding behavior of the NDC? That is why Jerry Rawlings taught that group called NDC. Ghana's biggest problem is the NDC. If Ghana will ban for the NDC to come to power, to come and create loot and share, you don't care. Sad. Solomon Kwe and also the way by Nana Kuamwabuate Ewa Blakuma Central. He says, good evening, Wafa Mufa. I'm enjoying fantastic submission from Koko Anyidoho. A very special greetings to Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. Eba Efia Benewa aka Nana Queen. Okay, medase Holland ena wono ewo medase Nana Queen Amwabuatin ewa Blakuma Central. This one says this man really fears God. He is really for Ghana. God bless you and your family. We free Mrs. Osofuma Meba. Good evening. Koku Edase Pa Yumre se Wabona Basu. Johnson Asante says, Honorable, please let MPP give Koku a role to play a voter region. Well, meaning say or Muti. Honorable MC said, of course. And this one says, Comensa Ewo Dom Pillar 2. He says, Dr. Baumia all the way afa number 1 is breaking the 8 is highly possible. Special greetings to Mother for all Honorable Nana Madukua. Okay, and Chiano Edoso Mami Enfa Ensiha. A lot of your messages, but one of my Facebook and so Yadamo Sepa for joining us. George Otu Yadasi, Teresa Diewo Ewo Germany Yadasi, Nana Mensanso Asida Odia on Facebook. Muamaba Honina no because sen komono eye kama na ebeboa the course of MPP Ntimoba Monshe Ignatius Okai Medase Isaac Nyantem Sanyante good morning Ajunepana na Kwabna Danso Asida Odia Sanso na one me kan say Paul Otu Kwam Emmanuel Yena Mwase Masaud Kumase Bantama I heard to say Nana Adumako Yena Wase Haruna Awa Asida Odia Maxwell Entry so Yeda Wase Mudino Edoson Nipa no so Edoson na Yebekwa Hamano so ne afa course no kakra na afi mama minu no around up na ya sorry so 0245 638 748 0508 346915 0245 638 748 0508 346915. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening. Miss Roma, when you kakrama me, udini baby a okasa free.
You akoko bi na kasa so na jabe.
Jabe mami tio. Mami tio.
Amufa yesi bia ananso bi na bawu ntikuno ko transient to entunko. Na ndc for the try happy no more guarantee na omu nya idi year 2020 tina the mahama association ko fokia omu je de omu ye no omu e man say omu ma country na on government but ye for patapa and go the power so ye for patapa and go the power na she be sure keshe omu
me da say man for hello good evening.
Hello good evening
boko there
amufa nyami sabu
ma one so
mi bompa say nyami ma nana en baumia bompa say nyami ma onwini abanu bye bye
me da say good evening.
Good evening
ma minti ominia
okay me so me say me kan san ba ko ya me stress dia obi o pan yin am bi tan question on me 2 point and na ma we complete me yin ya ko pa voter project o ma ya o ka ni short we ntini wi papa nti ngofo anti ye di jesre jesre kwa impact
o se ngofo antini ye
o ka ba ko pe o ka road you have
tie me na nya abotre ma me de bre na adwuma me na mabusa koku anyi de ho voter region o hu say development o ho e na o sha ase ka kakra obetumi aka enye bibia na obetumi aka e be san de na banti nya abotre
ba je o metro 1 point more and Andra so said the back and Rana you will be a sentence so you will network be can or two said the wakan no but now you know why someone will why so bitter with the party. What is doctor
maybe near all cancer the wakan no ne sofo no no nti you don't expect to say obe cancer the sofo asema wakan yes sanity nti
but you need to benefit to a party you don't go that line. What do you say? Benefit to a party maybe
that's it man for hello good evening.
Hi Mamuva
mami tio
yo efra mi de mi ka se free center area
koso
yo mi chia wo tie for enyumre o de say me de masem enyina ekoma we o de say asofo asem de ya na me be se me ka bi ibre ze ene o musum nyame no se ja usum nukruma wa na enim usum no eyizwa nyame dedim edi de me ka ni se papa no wakasa de nazo MPP for yengo so ne nya dwumadene dwumadene
Dr. Bawumia Obewini Ababedi president. Kaka me work at a Yenti or so for that seminar.
Medasi, the work. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Amofa.
Mami ajua meton kama mintio.
Aha. Amofa, anyway, ebaya, me say, Ghana for. Bawumia on kata say, obia kata into no bejai. Hey, papa inti move ni partner na ukuramuno. Oh ya, oh leave no stone on there. Eti no Ghana for mumi yen fa we hye munhye ni mu because try wopa abemu a nyete problem say ma wo like Mahama o can have the problems on say any dey say when we need 2011 no na enka obaya enka nsemu a to MPP free nke bi to no hye onye problem solver but wo bedi o man so ye problem solver. Now, I'm over organized labor for Medimo or Yao. Yeah, a Dimo Cromwa, and a John Mahama. I can't say, some power, make Jamuna, organized labor. Now, me can't say, no, future, John Mahama, future, you know, more demonstration. Now, more than one. Nanado, on the ordinary presidency, not to lie, or see, me person me top, I'm saying. Now, so what here na wo ye wo to abo buffalo no person another or ye den nanado onye den organized labor me chem baby a monfa demonstration monfa anko to Mahama na so na mon kan tell say Ghana for say never again.
That's it, Mami Fafo. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Boko there.
Na de ko na so.
Me ho ya ma woni so ma o kasa free fine.
Kasa free exactly ko holia.
Koforu am I into you?
From a second. The chairman boss. I am boss for me. Let me say in your guys. Say, among size of the club, I'm buying. Not on foot, my partner. Oh, yeah, so. You see, for my credit, my person, for my credit, for my credit, tackle. See, I'm more buying no one to us. That is, now I'm about the only on to us because I'm a penny that I could. Now, and Kofi and to attack. So who setting one bag was not to you mama upon anchor. The best say what about Obama or Sobakwana life is renewal. Why the amount? So for the electrical buses back and make taxi back. The best one of fueling now. So also Bansuswa, the fencing or the fencing solar energy is rubber. I'm my fencing so far no electricity 50%. So about 2,000
That's hello, good evening. We line na drop it. Your family no aka ho na fe ya bonopo na mama menu anu awie na ya sorry so hello, good evening. Boko there. My enti.
So dey aka na person na kan na she. NDC we need be after be my. Eti womo play tactics here. Womo bibia no person dey bobo na wa wie ya agene na wo so ntimi wie ya agene. Na make person na kan na MPP ni bia sorry ebi abato so no ko to aba le fangezi don mama wa we say oba ya fa so ba be she eyi mo kunna na for we ya okura so so ba be ni say ya wo dai we ni bia pa my yesro amofa about and then
that's man for hello, good evening.
Good evening. I'm from Passion. What to say?
Me ho ye to aso.
Amofa, me se me bi some asem. Me fa me say offense any to guarantee. Offense hin we ni ho. Offense hin ni ho. How do we say na say? Ah, wo mo ye demonstration. E fa anya Ghana for kan so mo fa ho be mu ni ba evidence na mo he na demonstration na mo dia big big na bon tiara. Akufa de won hwemre bia mo bia wa hwe ama Mahama say emra no ba obe yi o no ntia so ye yimi mo say MPP for there o mo ya chat for mo hwe da ye dede ehunu na wo mo a wo mo be game. Yes, yeah, ma Akufa no be stop o. Yes, wo mo be to aba amaye ba wo mia so the machine ni e meba o ba o be tro say how you see her go do ha say le be na mo tutu FM. Etinya mu demonstration no e na mba ma instruction e no admin e wo mu chi wa mu ba instruction samaye entie de mo ye no mu ba demonstration afikura mo ye guarantee no mu be twinne ye be kitchen ye be twinne kwanya ye be faso atu na nya ne amomo ye see ye did that, MPP for the Omoya Saki for Moody, every trim. Young Premier for him. I cut 2 months and awful. Yeah, and Bab and Yala and Fan, but we had the machine, but what better said this I am.
That's it, my empha is here. What is your more 1 minute?
Yo, Minia, 1 minute no. Memfan chia, yam penny fubi. You know, send me free, more but my CD. Now me book more for about 7 minutes. I February. Between boom, boom, and I didn't quite on between in styles. So what I say now about a friend is Eastern Regional. Eastern Region. As I'm young Kunyao. Yes, remember Papa, my expectation will be 2 beer. So what I say, I mean, I dare back open a minimum. Said, I'm America, I am American, you know. Most of me 52 states. 52 states on 52 states, no. Only just say I can 52 states, keke. A country's marku 52 no makabum. And you know me so strong. And to call her, they believe in teamwork. Teamwork. The same people. You better by near fun simple. We need a teamwork. Everybody matters. And with hard work, no. Now, wouldn't the young punk catch a iso call papa hui. So kind catch Papa, and then she didn't care be or kaka papa catch and say, Emre be beba. So by a jumadia, Sa Konu and a bed, be footies, penny ampa, and not Jacob Coin all body in Shrebano. Is also the 400 men and the cushion. Now, I dear call the common iso, no, why, because in Yanko Ponso, and the MPP with hard work, me pa chow entiere kakase wutie nsa na nsesem. Ko if you say you love Baumia, ko ka asem kire obi a onto aba ma MPP da. Win one so for Baumia and I win one so for Baumia.
1 minute here kwa no.
Nya me de itwato e o me side na ne say leadership change in Africa. Okay. And it is Dr. Mahmoud Baumia that we need in Ghana.
That's key.
No vinya obete me na on the 7th December we will vote now Dr. Mahmoud Baumia number 1. Ne but what donami then na vote and change na me.
Oh yes, you over kwa koto.
Ye beto aba.
Sir.
Ye beto aba.
Okwa soro fine.
Wa shama.
Okay. Ona boy kiwi.
That's it.
Okay.
Now the Mecca masama me di twato ne say Minuanom Adventist for Seventh Day Adventist Church. Me obia ya wo meto Adventist mu me nana eye sofo osofo je mensa wanya ne baby ko enti me de me kase di twa me furu ma me fie obia ye Adventist mesremo edanu dura obia ko no ko tonaba mesremo se yankwa ankoto aba we ya obi beko no akwa koyi leader yempe amaye Adventists across the entire country. I am pleading with you. Let us go out in our numbers. And I'm going to take it upon myself. Meko asori biye we region mu. I'm making sure say me no makasa. Say yen call out. Yen call to aba.
Entia wasori nhishe.
Entia masori nhishe.
Entia masori nhishe no.
Menyi nisa.
Okay.
Menyi nisa. Menyi nisa.
Yeah.
Na yebeko yebeto aba ni ye yikandifo na Adventist kura say yeto aba wo
yeah say obi busa say na Saturday ya yeto aba wo
yo ntime de minim say nyame mu no yebeye nia ese efata na ye de animonyam hye aba oman kronkron Ghana. Adventists will go out and vote on December 7th by God's grace. Me wo Koforidua Central SDA Church.
Asomgani
me koya ko mako aswapen.
Oh sir, can be this one.
Yes. What they don't know you be do ko much.
Asomgani papa dia no so. Amu. Ya na ni abri say na wa ne we yet to us be yes na say na onu nuamu nka mo na mo.
Ye ni nuanom Adventist so be be din komo.
Yeah.
Ye be ko ye be no mo be kwa kasa. Nyame nti ye be kwa abakoto aba no on 7th
na me bisa say asoro premises bi wo ho no akokra polling center no ne ade.
Yes.
Ye schools no bi wo ha polling center. Saturday dey be ka say informal electoral commission for ana.
Debi ase adima.
So we dey Saturday.
na make us say even na say when your first time year to about Saturday or Ghana how
96 year
96 year to be wa as say nipa call out kotwaba
the ma me busa sa na say o cancel o ma asafoma no mo nkoto de na say o premises no farm electoral commission
Mesre 7-day Adventists are Ghanaians.
Yes.
Ye nyina ye Ghana for 7-day Adventist epe enema pa ema oman no. Enti se ye nyina ye Ghana for ye nyina ye pe enema pa ama Ghana. Na ye nyina so pese Ghana tumpo.
Nya bosonsom de ekosom.
Ye beko na yakọ exercise our franchise.
Enya nyame foforo bi na ekosom.
Ye kọ na yakọ akoyi yen kasa ye leader ye pese oba na oni ye nyina bebu oman no oman kronkron Ghana. Adventists will go out in their numbers and vote. Na mejidie ni say inshallah say nyame ti ase yen papa Dr. Mahmoud Baumia ebe win Adventist vote. Mejidie no.
With us. He is an Adventist. In fact, a church elder. Kovoria Central. MC New Javin South. I can't papa from now. Oman, what's it? A universal day 1 week,
1 week year on the 10th of October. Yawada ebe.
Nada no man fanko weekend.
Well, only say Asante Memo die. Yawada da. Kunu bebree abusia kunu bebree timi ye yi mfatu ba free kona odumase aguna jamase
ye yawada
kokwa say omo ye yawada enu nti 1 week
no ho ezie fo nkwa
nkura mabobo boso be pause asamai omo nyina afijase
asokore fo no bomba say meme dan mama nkoto so mo do so nti no
betupa nti papa 1 week no on the 10th of now papa no don't say honorable
okay
na sem serious ni say honorable apology obi say na da wona wafiri mu na ado na me say da bi o me papa your original honorable no your assemblyman odi e wo woso e wa agona
okay
for 8 years no your assemblyman nti honorable na e che no assemblyman for honorable
once honorable
always honorable edi me catch them enemy honorable members municipal New Javin South Municipal Assembly ba me ho and I'm saying bibi my colleague honorable and that for do it honorable apology on the 10th of October no kofodia fo nyina eba Asante Agona na ya ba be hye nan monyam eye da no so duru hon so a e be hye nan monyam na mnim se Omanfm munyami mu so be come na
say ne wa
na or they say
that's many a penny for coming. You're not the entire production team, no, I say. Executive producer, a general manager, Mondate. Or Saber Mauforinia, or Soko, technician on duty, Barnabas, and Ajaima. Bidin Edia amofa watch me be ye ni ametumi na Ghana nso eye nyina